So I was like, it's duck, duck, goose, not chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. If you can't play by the game, get off my court. You did?
I completely dig. Yeah,
like,
I'm right there with you, man.
Follow
the
the
fucking rules.
Duck, duck, goose is a serious game.
It is a serious game.
Like,
I have known people that get seriously injured playing duck, duck, goose because you don't fuck around.
Nah.
When you get the goose, you go.
You got dash. Goose dash.
You got to roll, man.
You got to bounce out of here.
No joke. No joke.
I'm serious.
I know you're serious. I'm right there with you.
I got passion for this.
One day we're gonna have to play it, and we'll just see. Because I used to be very athletic when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last few years, I got kind of lazy since I haven't been doing, a lot of like band stuff. I was still very active. I was going out, jumping around stage and stuff.
And dancing.
Just twerking, doing stuff like that. But over the last few years, I'm doing a lot more drawing. I'm sitting down. I got my gut going on. My dad bods coming around. All that kind of stuff.
Sexy.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. But back in the day, I used to be athletic. Like you hit that goose, man, I'd be up, boom. In a second, I could get that motherfucker.
Just get the hell out of here.
Oh, dude. The same thing was like musical chairs. That's another one.
Oh,
yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
that one.
I was king at that.
You gotta have rhythm with that. Like if you're just like let's say if you're mostly Caucasian, you aren't very well diverse in it. But if you have a little bit Latino heritage, like myself and yourself as well, like we could chimichanga with it.
Yeah. Surprising, man. It's surprising.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome everybody that's tuned in so far. This special holiday show on a Wednesday. We haven't done this in a while.
It's been a bunch of months.
Yeah.
Since I came back, I think.
Yeah. Which was over the summer, I think.
Yeah.
So it's been a bit, but I mean, for anybody that's new to the Fluffer and Stuff show, what this originally was just a show on Wednesdays that Sean and I got to just hang out and shoot the shit and talk about our personal projects without having any guests on. Just have a good time, and we would ultimately talk about the show that was coming up that Friday. But since we don't have a show this week, Sean hit me up. He's like, "Hey, let's just do a stream, you and me, old school, even though it's only a couple months ago, but old school it, Let's
well, I think we've grown since then.
I think there's a lot of people that hadn't seen the Fluffer and Stuff show. So the fun thing about the Fluffer and Stuff show is basically anything goes. It's a lot more, I would say. I mean, the Odd and Stuff show is a very laid back show, but I think the Fluffer and Stuff show is just like that. It's a little bit more goofy. I think we both take off the mask a little bit, get a little naked sometimes, most of the time, all the time.
No pants.
No pants. Never any pants. I mean, who wants to stream with pants on?
I'm not. I think that's the first thing Dan told us. He's like, you guys got to set up a proper channel and then just not wear pants. And we're like, cool. So,
I was like, dude, I can do that. Yeah.
I think that's why he's called Fragaboom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, when he stands up, it's like.
So what we're going to do tonight is we're just going to shoot the shit with anybody that wants to join in on the chat. We're going to talk a little bit about our personal projects, which we haven't got a lot of chance to do. So if anyone's interested in what our books potentially might be, we're going to show some art and stuff throughout the night. I don't know how long we're going to go. We're just going to play it by ear. And I think later on, we're going to open it up for anybody that wants to jump on the show that hasn't been on before. Anybody in the chat, or one of our friends, or if you're free, come on this pre-Thanksgiving day night and have a good time.
Like Poison. Ain't nothing like a good. Or is that Motley Crue? Don't need nothing but a good time.
I think that's. Yeah, I think it's Poison.
Same shit. Whatever.
It basically is the same shit.
Poison, Motley Crue, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, whatever. It's all the same shit.
Real quick, I want to say hi to Rick, who is in the chat. He says,
Rick.
Hail Joe. He always says Hail Joe first. I just want you to know.
Fuck you. Not you, Rick. To Joe, not you, Rick. To Joe.
Y'all's fault,
How you doing?
Sean, you know?
Yeah,
And
you know,
Chauncey, what up,
Chauncey?
brother?
Thank you for sharing that with me earlier on Instagram. It was magical. It was really inspiring. It was like that's what it is, and I really appreciate it. And you know, got a new follower, and I followed him back, and we'll see what's up. Thank you.
Apparently you guys shared something special between the two of you.
Cupcakes.
Oh, I love cupcakes. Miss cupcakes. That's probably why I'm getting fat. Sweets, man. Too much sweets.
See, that's why you need diabetes, because that's why I'm so skinny. I'm kidding.
Well, you know, I had hypoglycemia, which is kind of similar, but not as serious as what.
It's bad though. You could fuck it up.
Poison and Motley Crue are not the same thing. I will agree with you. They're not. I mean, I'm not a fan of either.
I'm just. It's all males. It's all the males. I've been to both Motley Crue and Poison concerts. You know? It's all the males.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We saw Motley Crue with Kiss in 2012, and then did Poison and Crue tour together in like 06? Because I saw one of them. I think I saw them in 06.
I never got much into like the glam metal.
Well, I got an older sister, so like that was like
that's true.
That was her shit, you know.
I don't hate the bands. I don't dislike them by any means. You know, just
I love the music. I love Unskinny Bop. Like when he says "What the hell's going on," I used to blast it really loud, like on my parents' speakers, and they're just like, "You're an idiot," because like hell was a bad word, I guess.
Oh yeah, can't watch those music videos though. Yeah, they just yeah, can't watch them. Don't want to watch them.
Hey, nobody puts baby in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner. That's absolutely correct. I mean, I was more into like the heavier stuff, you know, Pantera, Metallica back when they were good, before they blew their load, and it wasn't all that good.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the documentary of them making Load? And it's like you kind of had a feeling.
I don't think I ever did.
You kind of had a feeling that it's like, all right, they're trying to be a little bit too artistic, and it's like you guys should relax and just start drinking, you know, do drugs, and just
get back to it. Get back to it.
Yeah.
Poison was definitely the best hair metal band. I won't argue with that.
Sorry.
You know, don't ever interrupt me again.
I'm going to get Post-it notes. Hold on, like a red and green.
Dude, I'm getting sick and tired of that shit. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I will say this though, Rick. What was I gonna say? Fuck. What was their name? I had a rebuttal to that. I'm gonna think of it. I'm gonna think of their name, and I'll get back to you on that. Skid Row. There it is.
Oh
Skid
yeah.
Row. That was actually a legit badass hair metal band. Like they weren't glam, but they were like that kind of bridge. Oh yeah, the dude, amazing voice.
Jersey rep. Yeah, Jersey represent.
He can still sing good. And they didn't really do the. I mean, they did the. They really didn't do the glam. I mean, they had like the 80s look.
Colors.
Yeah, use them. Do
I'm
it. Do it now.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, I'll say Skid Row. Skid Row. If I had to pick a band, I would definitely go with Skid Row. That's for sure.
Yo, Youth Gone Wild is the. I used to wake up before school to blast it. Like it was like a
Monkey Business. You know, Monkey Business. That awesome song. I used to be able to sing it. Back before I blew my voice out. Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't go as high as I used to. I mean, I used to be able to actually get those pitches, you know, but like doing the heavy metal, the screaming, the guttural, you know, Pantera stuff for Lamb of God for so many years. Yeah, like.
We saw
I'm
them.
sure I practice.
Yeah,
Lamb of God?
No. Me and Bruce, my sister and her buddy saw Pantera, White Zombie, and Deftones in '96.
Oh hell yeah!
And this is like
I to see him.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
'96. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they opened up Suicidal Tendencies 1, and I was just like, wow.
Suicide Note.
Suicide Note. Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Part 2. Well,
Well,
because
that
they would have done. They
it
did.
leads
They did.
into it.
Yeah, they did part one, but they would play it over the speakers,
Yeah,
and then it would get into part two, and they just hit that stage and be like,
yeah,
"What?" Yeah, it's
pretty
fuck.
much.
That's so good. It was. Trust me, man. That would have been the time to see him.
Yeah, and
Oh,
that's when like
I heard
Deftones was
that.
coming around on the scene, and they were just trash, and I hated Deftones
Deftones.
for the longest time because
See,
Chino was like, but I've seen them
yeah,
again a bunch of times, and we went to a show in 2004, and like that mosh pit just beat the shit out of us. Like
yeah.
it was so tight. I'm trying to get out of the pit, and my foot stuck, and I lost a sneaker, and I'm going, and I lost another sneaker. Then I lose my socks, and this is in like
Jeez.
like the beginning of November, so it's chilly.
Oh, yeah,
And
there you
I'm
go.
walking around without anything. And the weird thing is, my one buddy found my sneaker, and then my buddy's buddy who was visiting from Colorado was like, "I found this sneaker." I'm like, "That's mine." But that show beat the fuck out of us. Like, that's when I was like, "All right, these guys can play."
I got my ass kicked in a Pantera concert in 2001. In the mosh pit. I wasn't even trying to get in the mosh pit. It just formed around me.
Oh yeah.
And I was trying to back out of it because I was there to see the band. You know, like I wanted to watch. You know, and because that was the only time I saw him. And this big old dude, tall guy, he must have been like 6'4". I was like, you know, this motherfucker's big. I'm gonna go stand by this dude because he's just standing there like this, watching the band, just and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna walk up to. I come up to the guy. I was like, what's up, man? I stood by him, like, I'm like 21, maybe 22. Nah, I was something like that. Whatever. I was 20. I was 21. And I just stood there and I crossed my arms too, and I'm just like watching Pantera do their thing. And he like looks at me, looks back at the band, looks back at me, and just boom hits me. And I go flying just across the ground. I hit the ground. I like skid, a little bit. And like I'm laying there, and like people are like moshing around me. And the next thing I know, like people are picking me up and stuff. And I was like, holy
tossing
shit!
You around. See, you thought you found a savior, but what he found was a fucking victim.
Yeah, he did. He was like, oh, I can push this skinny because I was quite skinny back then. So
right.
it probably didn't take that much. Yeah, music nerds. Oh man, yeah. Well, we're gonna switch to comics here in a second, but I could talk music for a while. If I ever had a second stream that didn't have to do with comics at all, I definitely have a music stream for sure. Because I mean, I spent 10 years of my life in music, but I've loved music since I was a baby. I was a cute baby.
Oh yeah.
I've always been good looking,
Yeah.
Yeah, just always,
Right.
still am. The gray, Tell me what.
You look emotionally exhausted.
Well, thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate that. All right. Anyway, so anybody that doesn't, or that, actually that has followed us for a while knows on the Out and Stuff show when we do it, knows that we have our own projects that we are working on currently. And one of the reasons why we started the show, one was to talk comics and become famous.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I think we've achieved the famous part. So we can check that off. But now we move on to building a base for our books.
You think we should have done that first?
Maybe. Yeah, we might have gone about that the wrong way. So
yeah, I concur.
Yeah. Oh well. Nothing we can do about it now. Famous is famous. Yeah. Anyway. But we have books that we're working on currently. Hopefully trying to get out in next year. I know Sean's aiming for, what are you aiming for? April?
April, May-ish. I dropped the ball on the mailing list for December 4th. Shit happens. Personal life, don't want to get into it. But I'm gonna try to get that set up by year January, February. I'd like to have that be open at least 2 to 3 months prior, just for build up and all that. So we'll see. I still gotta design the logo, but I have in mind what I want. So
keep talking for a second.
Oh yeah. So
yeah.
And then just it's all a learning process. Like Joe and I have done commissions. I've done pinups and various helpings, mostly the Mark Polton. Either he loves me too much or he feels guilty for me, but I'll take it. So he'll continue hooking me up. And yeah, like it's weird posting stuff from my book Type 1. Good
I'm gonna let
evening, Silvar
Silver
Ogre.
Ogre.
Silver
Yeah.
Silver Ogre. If we
Is that
messed it
correct?
up, I apologize.
Yeah,
Give
because
us
we're
the
all
phonetical way. Yeah.
yeah. Break it down syllable by syllable so that we can pronounce your name correctly. Because we're horrible at names,
Weird.
and
Yeah.
that's just the staple of this show is fucking people's names up royally. And
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys even come back to check us out when we completely butcher your names. So
I
thank
think
you.
it's pity. I think it's pity.
There's gotta be pity.
It's got to
Oh,
be. But I'll take it. Like I'll take what I get when I can get it. You know what I'm saying? But no, like it's when it's like posting like your own project. It's personal to you. It means more to you. Like for me, there's kind of like a little bit of hesitation of like not fear, but like it sounds stupid to say, is it going to be accepted? But like what have you? But then when you do it, and I've been blessed that people say nice things besides my mom.
mhm.
So it's you kind of going out there alone,
Mm-hmm.
like this is all me. Like Joe has a writing partner that he hired and editing team. Like I just got me, writing and drawing it, but I'm not alone because I have Joe. I got Mark Polton, Phil
Yeah.
McNulty, who I always pretty much workshop with. So like it's that I don't know. I'm just blessed to have those guys in my peoples to give me suggestions and edits when needed.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Is that what you,
great.
agree? See,
Agree.
I'll still mess that up, man. Like, you gotta break
I
it down
just,
better than
yeah.
that. Thank
I
you,
got
though.
I got a Jersey education and Joe's got fucking Michigan. Two of the worst states ever.
Yeah.
So
All right, here we go. Yeah, it was silverbacked
ogre. I'm gonna say
ogre.
ogre until
Oh, yeah, okay, we'll do that. But back on AOL, all colors and nouns were taken, so I sorted it and still had to spell it wrong to get an email. Then the handle stuck
all
like
right,
glue.
cool.
Then the handle
Yeah.
stuck like glue. I got you. I
Right,
got you.
right, yeah.
Okay, so ogre. That's
Yeah.
what we're going with.
We're gonna go.
Silverbacked ogre, but we're gonna go with silver ogre.
Yeah.
Okay. What up, all about the books?
Would it be
Hola to
like,
you.
¿Cómo estás?
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for throwing us
Keep,
off. I
yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah, just
yeah. Push us in
keep it
front of the
up, man.
train. Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
So, as long as we have you guys, that's all that
As long as
matters.
we have you, we'll be coming back again. But yeah, no, like it's exciting to start our own brands. Oh, great!
It's French and Irish. The
Oh,
Irish.
that's great. Well, like top of the morning to you. Put another shrimp on the barbie. We are also Geo Joe. Pick me up, Geo.
What? I don't even know. I don't know where you're going with this.
Geonomical?
Wait, what?
Like when like the land,
Geographical?
Yeah, we're also geographically stupid as well.
Ow. Man, my shoulder hurts. I don't even know how that happened.
Because I'm funny.
Yeah, you are. It's good. You need to laugh, especially in today's world. You gotta laugh to keep from crying. But yeah, I mean, it's funny about our books. In my book, Reaper Destroyer, which is right there, Reaper Destroyer hashtag 2021. The autocorrect turned gr into great. Okay. Things that make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, shout out to John, man. I hope he's doing well.
Papa John.
Hope he's doing better. Saw him post something about that the other day. So, prayers and good wishes to him for sure. And I think it'd be fine. I mean,
Look,
he's
if
gonna come.
anybody can beat it, it's him.
I was just gonna say he's gonna kick its ass and come on back and start kicking everybody else's ass and drawing again. It really is.
Oh yeah, Ogre.
Ogre, like Shrek. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Joe,
So
we did it.
yeah, all right. Well, you did. I just rode your
Oh.
coattails there for a second.
Oh, that's cool. I'll take it.
Dude, like I said, I'm dyslexic, so I always have to
I'm
read things very
dyslexic.
slowly.
Did we just become best friends?
Yes.
I think we're good, but
Well, yeah. But that's the case. Then we're fucked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. If I bring your name up, I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, you." All right. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Anyway.
I can't go down that route.
But I lost my train of thought. What we just talking about
with your book?
Oh,
your
right,
book,
Reaper Destroyer.
Reaper Destroyer.
So Reaper Destroyer is a book that I've been working on for since 2005, 6 is when I first started working on it. Had a lot different backstory and everything back then. The character design was different too, but that was actually the way I met Sean. Was because his brother-in-law was doing the inks on my book. So Sean and I have been kind of connected through the Reaper Destroyer for a long time now. And he was actually the number one person that encouraged me to pursue that again. Because when I decided I wanted to do a book, I didn't know if I wanted to do that or a different concept that I had, which I liked the other concept that I had.
No, it's
great metal. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Rip and destroy. I like it. What up, LA?
LA, what's up, brother?
Is the Fluffer a sexy lady, though? I would love to say yes.
I'm gonna say yes, but
yes.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, I was just gonna like maybe. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, Sean's the one that really pushed me and encouraged me to work on that book. And I did. I took a couple years, and it really did. It took me about 2 years to really get comfortable with wanting to pursue anybody with that story. Because I'm not a writer. I'm a storyteller. I can plot. I can do all that kind of good stuff. But when it
look
comes
at you,
to
braggy
pacing,
McBragger.
when it comes
this, look how great I am.
I'm just saying, man. When it comes to pacing and character development and all that stuff, like I didn't know how to get my story from A to B. I knew the areas I wanted to hit and I knew what I wanted to accomplish, but it wasn't until I hooked up with my friend Joel Rodriguez, who is the writer for a horror series called Dust County Chronicles on Kickstarter. He's in Middle Ninja Studios. Check him out. Really cool dude. Good writer. Good letterist too. Does a lot of lettering. Works for Scout Comics as of right now, I believe. Okay, I was just about to say, like, I can't even. No.
I read that fine because I'm dyslexic. Yo, that looks like Reaper Destroyer.
It is Reaper Destroyer, yeah. I saw it. I was just like, awesome. I'm gonna. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yo, you should screenshot that and use that for the story.
I should. How do you screenshot? I'll have to screenshot it later on my phone. Can you do it? All right, because I'm not on my phone. Got it?
You can see some porn links on top of this, but don't worry.
Did I have a good looking face on it, or do I look stupid?
Yeah, you look marvelous.
All right, here. Take it again, and I just want to pose for it. Screenshot it again so I look cool. Ready?
There you go.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey.
I lost my spot again.
Joel.
Oh yeah, Joel. He came on. He really helped me bring it together. And so the point is, if I had a point with it, that I was finally able to actually pursue the story and actually go forward with it, which was great because I was stuck for so many years in this, the startup spot, which, Sean, I'm sure it's a very awkward place to be because you have a vision, you want to go somewhere, but it's just like sometimes you don't know how to get to where you want to go.
Right.
And once I found Joel and he kind of gave me some pointers and he helped bring that story together and we started going forward. We wrote the script. Man, I was extremely excited and started working on it. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a slow process, but I'm trying to put my all into it. I'm trying to do the best work I can for anybody that's gonna back it next year. Yeah, I have a deadline, so to speak, but in my head is like, if you're gonna pay money, especially like 20 or so dollars for this book, that I want to make sure that I put the best product that I can, and I'm at the best point
Facts.
right now
Hmm.
artistically. Like we can all improve, we can all get better, but like I'm hitting on all cylinders where I'm doing my best work right now. And that's one thing that's really exciting, is to say like, I'm very proud of the pages I've done so far, and the team
They're
I've put
really
together.
great. There's really good storytelling and cool. I don't want to give shit away that you haven't shown, but like from what I've seen, I'm loving it. I can't wait for you. I want you to hurry up.
Yeah, I want to hurry up. And we're gonna show
Oh,
some stuff tonight. I got some Reaver Destroyer stuff that I haven't shown. And if I
mhm.
have shown, it's just been very briefly. We're gonna show for the first time ever, the cover tonight that was colored
Beautiful.
uh,
Yeah.
beautifully by Brian Valenza, who is a fantastic colorist. In fact, he just colored one of the variant covers for Snake Eyes that came out yesterday. I think Snake Eyes 3, if I can, well, I don't know if I have time to bring it up. But anyway, fantastic colorist, and he fit this book perfectly. And I've been sitting on this for a little while, and I'm not going to officially release it on social media or anything until I think the end of the year. But we're going to do it tonight, and this is going to be the only place you can see it. So we're going to bring it up later. I think it just really brings everything together. I loved it.
But what you
I'm
can
going
do
to.
is
I'm going to.
screenshot it and you can share it on social media before Joe.
I mean, it could. And honestly, I'm not gonna. It's not like I get mad
I'm
about it.
gonna do it. Yeah. Like, look what my buddy did. It's awesome.
But yeah, we got some things I'm gonna show with my book. Sean's got some stuff we're gonna show
Got
that
some
he's been
just some
doing.
pinups. A
Yeah, and
pinup
then
that I just did.
we'll talk a little bit about our books a little bit. Ask any questions if you want. Because I mean, basically, what this show is, since we don't have a guest, and this technically isn't the Yacht and Stuff show, it's all about us tonight.
Yeah.
All about us.
Like Maya and Cisco.
Thong?
No. Maya and Cisco. Well, Cisco did do Thong Song, but
That's all I remember. Thongs
all about you,
changed my
you.
life.
I told you
I'm not good.
that was the anthem in Cancun in 2000. It was great.
You went to Cancun?
I went to Cancun.
Ah, man, you must
I
have
went.
some
It was,
STD stories from that.
oh yeah, definitely. But that you know,
Hey,
build up.
Brian,
Mark,
happy Thanksgiving.
happy Thanksgiving, brother.
And once we get done babbling and jerking each other off here, we're going to open up the chat and bring some people on if they want to talk, and we're going to hang out for a little bit if anybody wants to join us. So we'll do that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So an opportunity for people that might be in the chat that we get to talk to, that we don't get to talk to face, so to speak. If you want to jump on, we'd be more than happy to have you. So, all right. So what do we want to do? You want to go with type 1 first?
No, let's let them see the cover. I really want them to see that.
Okay.
Reaper Destroyer.
Before I show the colored version, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Jimmy Reyes, who inked this cover for me a couple months back, and he did a fantastic job. Oops, there we go. Let me get my screens in order here. Damn it. Okay. Jimmy did this fantastic job. I was looking for my original pencils, and before the show, because I wanted to show just kind of like the progress, and I can't remember where I put it. So you're gonna have to go with the inked version. But he did a great job. He actually inked this live on his show on Page One Comics under Jimmy Reyes. It was originally Jimmy Reyes before he turned it to Page One Comics, but he inked it, and originally he was going to be the original inker on the project. But he got a little busy. He was working on his own book, Dragon Rage, so the timing and the schedule just didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So it happens. It definitely happens. You think you got one crew set, and that just doesn't work out. So there's that colored or not the colored version. I'm about to show the colored version. Polden, yeah. Oh shit, it's Polton. Yeah, who knows? Maybe Mark will jump on later with us. We'll see.
Well, Marco is actually going to be our first guest of New Year. On the New Year.
I actually didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah.
I probably did. Oh, you know what? I noticed. Take this brand off because technically it's not the Yacht Stuff show. We could make it The JMS show.
Jimmy's? No.
All right.
I don't care. You already hijacked the channel.
I did, didn't I?
You did.
It wasn't on purpose, but you know.
Right. Hey, Sean, you want to start a channel? Okay. A show? Okay. Can we get some of your buddies on? Okay.
Wait a minute.
Like
you wanted to get. You started with the buddies. I was just like, yeah. I just wanted to, you know.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We will drop the link in the chat later on. So we will definitely, whoever wants to jump on, we will be glad to have you all. So, all right. Without further ado, I'm going to show everybody this beautiful cover colored by Brian Palenza. And this is the first time you get to see my character in all his glory in color. So here we go. Let me. Where are we at? So many. There we go. Let's say I got so many pages open here, trying to get all of the art that we're going to try to show tonight. So this is that colored picture, and right off the bat, when I did this, I want to leave a lot of room for the inker, for Jimmy to play around with. You know, I try to draw fairly tight, but still have a little bit of looseness to it. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to also leave a lot of room for the colorist, which is why I didn't do a lot with the sky, because I wanted to, you know, allow the colorist to have some room to move about and all that. Right? Thank you. Yeah. Like, one thing I'll say is I'm a sucker for the.
In general?
Just in general. But what is it? Like the 90s. I grew up in the 90s. You know, in the 90s, what you had? You had very heroic poses, right? Yeah. You know, badass stand. You know, like you don't see it as much today. And that's what I wanted to do with this cover. You know, I really wanted to kind of capture that feel a little bit. Whoops. Come on now. There it is. I like it. I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool.
Thanks, guys.
That's funny.
Hey, thank you, brother. And I know I've showed this to a couple guys, and there's only a few people I'll show when I get stuff like this in, because I, you know, like Sean's one of them. LA is another one I share a lot of stuff with. You know, I was thinking for the campaign, I might try to make it into a poster. I don't know.
You should.
I'm relatively new to the whole campaigns thing, so thanks, Rick. I'm really glad you guys like it, because I'll tell you what, when I first got this back, I couldn't stop looking at it, because I was just so excited. Because in your mind, you kind of picture what it could look like based on the colorist style, you know, and then obviously what you're wanting it to be. But he just blew me away. The palette he chose, going with the green, really making the black and gray and red of the suit really just pop out. And then I love the lighting he did in the city, because I mean, honestly, I had the moon. He could have gone with any kind of setting he wanted to, but you know, he's got like that really nice bright light down there, just pulling your everything, just pushing everything in your face. He did a fantastic job. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, he was definitely the right guy for the job on this book.
It looks like a statue, like a 3D statue.
Yeah, let me see if I can zoom in here real quick. So I love what he did with the moon. And you know, the effect, I don't know if it's like a painted effect with the clouds that he did.
But
yeah, but that's just, I mean, it's funny because when I saw this, it's basically everything that I would do if I was a colorist. And I've dabbled around coloring in Photoshop and in Procreate and stuff like that. And crayons, definitely crayons.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that I would have done. I think that's, you know, the guys I picked on this book to be on my artistic team, they do the kind of stuff that I would probably do myself if I was as talented as them, which I am not. You know, obviously. I mean, he brought all that stuff out. Oh my God, I'm so completely happy with that. I can't even tell you. And I'm excited to be able to show you guys tonight, because like I said, this is not going to be shown anywhere else.
Until later on, until I get my hands on it.
Yeah, until the end of the year. So
yeah.
So that is the cover to Reaper Destroyer, and I'll probably have a variant cover once we actually hit the campaign, because the inker that I'm working with now, who is working with the legendary Joe Weems, who is actually inking the book for me, I want to do a cover where we get his inks on it with Brian's colors and get the actual team to do a variant. So,
Yeah.
but I like that so much, and Jimmy did such a great job inking it. I didn't want to just toss it and not use it.
No, it's
So
phenomenal. Like if anybody is an illustrator and they fuck around with digital inking, I highly suggest looking to Jimmy's inking package. His his digital inking thing. Well, it's probably one of the best I've ever used from his Crow quill. It's more realistic than any of the others. It's like $25. It's not that much, but it's definitely worth it if you're into illustrating and trying digital inking or what have you.
And I'll say this, not to offend any digital inkers out there, but I've never really liked digital inks because there's something almost like there's something almost too perfect about it. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see it, you can instantly tell that it's digital right off the bat.
Yeah.
And the one thing Jimmy did with his set of digital brushes and all that, is he really did his package. One thing he did with his package was he really did create a realistic traditional feel to digital inks.
Yeah.
And that was one of the reasons why I approached him. And if I could have had him done it traditional, I would have. But he was so good at making digital look traditional that I was like, let's do it. And he didn't disappoint. Like that was the best that my work had looked until Joe Weems inked my stuff.
Right.
But when you get really, here's the thing with inkers, you want to grab a guy that's a good artist. And I think the best inkers, and I think we discussed this, in previous shows with different guests, the best inkers are guys that actually know how to draw. So they can take what you give them, they can improve on it, they can polish it up, like Rob Liefeld likes to say, polish it up, make it look all nice. And that's exactly what they did. And then Brian comes along and does a fantastic job. And bringing it all together with the colors. So I'm extremely excited to finish this book and get it to you guys next year. And we'll talk a little bit more about what it's about later on. But I don't want to dominate too much. I want to bounce here. Let's talk about Type 1.
Okay.
For a second.
Do you want to bring up my digital inks or the colors first? Let's do the digital inks. And then I'll go into a tangent I have that I was talking to Marco about yesterday. I think we were kind of touching on that in the group chat.
Tried digital inking on a low budget once, put my pencil work through. Yeah, that is the low budget way to do it. I like it.
There you go.
Oh, all right, hold on a second. I got all these windows open. What the F? There it is. All right, what are we looking for here first?
The black and white.
Man, what?
The headshot. The one
I
just recently did.
I just need to see. I got the colored version. Where did the black and white version go?
Oh, and you resend it?
No, just talk for a second. I'll grab it off of Facebook again. The message you sent.
All right. So I'll just go into it now. No.
Okay.
Like drawing traditionally for me and then drawing digitally are two different things. Like I'll draw mostly like the sketch traditionally, and then I use the digital more of a crutch where I make it more perfect. And I use the word perfect very loosely because there's a lot of tools from resizing to doing eclipses and shit that if you were to look at one or the other, you couldn't tell the difference because there's so much manipulation I do because I want it to look as best as I can, and I can with digital more so traditional. And
right.
Sometimes I feel that there is more life in the pencils or the traditional version, but there's more of a polished look with the finished look for me for digital,
So here is the inked version, and this is what is this? Is
This
cover
is
pin
just gonna. It's gonna be like a promo, maybe a. I don't think it's gonna be a
promo?
cover. Maybe like a card, a poster. You know.
Okay, but yeah, I really dig it. I think it's awesome, and we'll talk about this in a second. What? There we go. Let me
Yeah. So
stretch it out here. All right, there we go.
so yeah, just like kind of like I'm trying to think like a menacing, not a menacing, but like a headshot kind of tilted down coming at you. I use Jimmy's ink set as well as Robert Marzullo's some of his trick
Mm.
brushes because he's got a bunch of really good trick brushes, and I just kind of fucked around with them, like altered them as I could, and just kind of had fun. Just I was just kind of going for like one of those maybe a movie poster thing, but I don't know. It's
No,
just
yeah, so it's awesome, and stuff like this. It's simpler, but it's cool. It gets the point across. It's got. I always love that like the half face drawing of a character.
yeah.
Um, what I love is I love the sheen style you do on the
Oh
armor.
yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah, I really do. It's not the easiest to do that kind of stuff. It really isn't
no, it's really
because I
not.
mean, there's so many different kind of techniques of sheen you can do, and like the white splatter. I just wanted to zoom in on this real quick before we see the colors because I just really wanted to point that out. When you showed me this earlier, that was one of the first things I noticed, and you're getting better and better at doing the sheen.
Yeah,
Um,
because everybody keeps telling me it's like you have a simplistic style. I'm like, look at my line work. Like it may look like trash, but I spend quality time trying to make the line work look like trash. But no,
yeah.
it's just pushing me. Hopefully to I fucking hate you, Marco. I'm kidding. I love you. But my digital has just caught to my digital. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Consistency is key. You just gotta keep at it.
LA's definitely does a lot of digital. In fact, LA's inked me before, and colored me on a Max piece I did, and that looked really well. And I think, or really well, it looked really really good. That was also digital. And that looked good. I'll say that. I take back what I said about the digital inks because if it's done good, it still looks good. But there are some times
Yeah,
where it's done, and it just looks too perfect. And that's
flat
all I can say.
and flat,
Yeah,
flat.
yeah. Like the energy
Yeah,
is kind of sucked out of it. It's just I don't know. I'm a traditional guy. I'll
yeah.
probably always be. Um,
But I love you.
oh, is that okay?
Yeah,
Inside joke you got there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ain't no Sontag with two ends. But I'm telling you, man, that's my boy right there. I love
Yeah.
Rick.
You
I
see,
love.
you see. Yeah, I'm the second fiddle. Am I the Ringo to this fucking show?
Nah, man. If I'm Lennon, you're McCartney.
So you're easily duped by a woman?
And murdered at some point.
All right, cool. Can't wait. But not.
Oh,
I'm joking. I'm joking.
this guy,
But
this guy.
no, again, again, a lot is trick brushes, as I like to call them. But the sheen was just kind of looking at other artists like Adelso Corona, like trying to see, like
Yeah.
I'm always
Oh yeah.
studying his techniques. Weems, um,
Hmm.
Williams, who else? Like Austin. Just
When you
it's all a shot, because I don't know what I'm doing. And I just try to make it
and
look good.
in the time that we've been talking,
Look at that.
shit, my autocorrect is fucking shitty. uh, fucking, it's okay. Two ends. Um,
Oh, he apologizes about that?
I'm just assuming. Like I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Anyway, the time that we've been
It's all
talking
love.
back and forth for over the last, I would say, last 5 years. I think, isn't it like consistently since I started
Yeah.
reaching out again with drawing. I've seen you increase in leaps and bounds, and a lot
Thank
of
you.
it's been like the techniques and this. You're welcome. The special effects and stuff that you use. And this is a piece specifically that when you sent me earlier, I could really tell. Like I could see a lot of the growth that you have and just putting the lighting together. We'll see too when you color, because you've been doing a lot of good stuff with the colors too. And I know you've gotten a lot of tips from some
from
of
Russ
and you have a lot.
Cassidy. Yeah,
I would say you got a lot of friends that are colorists,
yeah,
so
yeah.
you've been doing a great job with that too.
I got a lot of friends. People like me.
What is this
This
character?
Yeah, this
Go
is
ahead.
this is the lead character to my book. He's a good guy. His name is Strees. The name of my book is Type One, and a little synopsis of the project is, well, just in general, like it's no secret I'm a diabetic. December 4th, it'll be 25 years of me being a diabetic, and I created this character Friday, December 11th, 1992, when I was 11 years old, and I have the memory of Rain Man apparently. And it was essentially, Die Hard and Heat Wave and some other Image characters thrown together for an art contest at the local comic convention in North Jersey, where I'm from. And Dave Cockrum was one of the guest artists there, and I got to meet Dave Cockrum, and such an amazing human being.
McCartney wrote "Prettier Love Songs" but was a simp for any blonde that reminded him of his late wife. He did write prettier. I mean, and all in all, I'd say McCartney probably wrote better songs. Lennon was just cool, except for when he went all crazy hippie. And I kind of, But during the Beatles, Lennon was the cool one. McCartney was the cute one. They're almost like a boy band when you think about it.
They were a boy band.
They were before they got all heavy into drugs and stuff, which was
that's what they need. That's what everybody needs.
When they got into that and their just music took off in a different direction, they were very, very creative. But when they first came out, they were a pop rock band, and
and nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the Beatles. I grew up on the Beatles. My dad was a huge fan of the Beatles, so I mean, I have all their albums. I know their music. I still listen to the Beatles to this day. Anyway, sorry, get back to that. Sounds good. You guys better not go Kickstarter. Nah, man, you know us. Indiegogo all the way. You know it.
It just makes sense because look, you could do the 2 months or the 60 days and then do an in-store. Like, and Kickstarter is only 30 days, and like whatever the percentage is that between Indiegogo and Kickstarter, I'd rather have more percentages in my pocket so I could put back into producing a better product, whether it be paying from the paper to my colorist, maybe my letter I got if I don't do it, or just in general, like that extra money that you were able to make from fans, you could put back into the product, and like that's a little more important to me than a quick rush of a 90 days, 30 days. I'm sorry.
Plus, no gatekeeping. The Kickstarter tends to be a little bit more politically driven with some stuff. So
wait. Do you think if I submitted to Kickstarter and they gatekeep me, I could throw them, be like that they're racist because I'm Latino or part Mexican?
I think you could. Yeah.
I'll do
that. In fact, you should do that. You should do that.
Yeah, you won't pick me up because I'm Mexican.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing. I'm like, you don't
remember the Alamo.
Yeah.
We didn't cross the border. The border crossed us. That's a saying.
We got some other stuff for anybody that hasn't seen us show Sprees before. I got some other art we're gonna bring up. You can see a full body shot and everything, but we're gonna jump now to the colored version of that. Crap.
All right, so let me get back into the little spiel. So I met Dave Cockrum.
There we go.
I got to sit with him during the show, showed him my art. It was trash, but whatever, 11-year-old kid. And he thought it was awesome. He's like, that's a cool name, Strees. And I'm like, I'm going to stick with it. If Dave Cockrum thought it was cool, I don't really care what anybody else thinks. But the whole genesis was, I've always had Strees in my back pocket, and a few months after I became a diabetic, I, making my stories, redoing my characters. And I'm like, why isn't there a character that kind of like represents like myself or other children that was dealing with juvenile diabetes and type 1, the same thing, take insulin. Whoever says different, I don't care. Like something for them, for us,
right?
Something that we could, whatever. So I worked on that for whatever, always kind of incorporated streets into different projects and whatnot. And then to fast forward when everybody's going doing the indie thing, I'm like, I got this, and I pulled out a bunch of stories. They all seem to kind of work how the backstory for Type 1 will, and just kind of redesign streets. I did one redesign that a little cousin of mine said it looked like Sub-Zero, so fuck that kid. So I kind of brought it back to what it kind of really was in the beginning, with more armory suit type of thing, and just kind of went from there. And but also, like, not to sound corny, but even though it does, like, I want something that, again, kids can, when we have our bad days, like our sugars are high, our sugars are low, or you just feel like shit, because this disease could really kick your ass, and it really has for myself. But so if it makes them feel better or entertained, like, that's cool. Like, I don't care if it's like a Wizard Top 10 or some of these people are drinking their lattes with their tea up, with their pinky up, with their, I don't want to be rude, but I'm doing it for the kids. Nah, but I want to tell a fun adventure story that's reminiscent of like the 90s stuff, the 80s stuff, the cartoons we grew up on. And like the first scene's like 14 or 15 pages, and that's just essentially like my love letter to like Youngblood Strike File, just action. It's just it's essentially double page splashes, a couple double page splashes, splash pages, 2 to 3 panels, like the most, just to set up who and what the what's up with the what's up is, So, and I'm incorporating like Mayan history into it, because again, I am my grandmother was Mexican. She was from Mexico, and like that's, my heritage is important. All my heritage is important, but I think that's a really interesting culture, because whether you believe in what they did, like with the Mayan calendar, or they invented a lot of shit. They were a modern civilization so far behind that you look back at, how did they cut that stone so smooth without like a band's, I don't know, machinery, like without a saw, And I'm
laser.
just like, oh, yeah, from the aliens.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to incorporate all of that, and hopefully people like it. Hopefully families with diabetes, or just anybody, like, if you have the clap, like, I hope you like it. Like,
Silver Ogre said, diabetes took my dad away one toe at a time. That's a great character flaw for a hero.
My condolences.
Definitely sorry about that. Yeah, condolences for that, for sure. It's, and this is the thing I liked about, with Sean, what you're talking about, is because it is a serious thing that people deal with. And to my knowledge, there isn't another hero character that's got diabetes. So it is a cool thing for somebody that's in that situation to latch onto, because you can tell all sorts of cool stories from the viewpoint of a diabetic in your own experience, So I mean, who better to write something that, than you? And it's a very uplifting thing, I think, to give encouragement. And when you told me about it, I thought it was a great idea. I was like, yeah, it's,
thank you.
Not that you're trying to, but it's like, it's very commercial too. I mean, honestly, it's an idea that I can see. I think so. A diabetic superhero. I mean, that's something that could really sell and bring hope. Like I said, I know it's not what you did it for, but I could see that as a cartoon, or anything like that. That is really, it's an uplifting thing. I mean, the tone of your book, obviously, we've talked about, is like that '90s kind of action feel. But the overall message and the character. I mean, you just did a promo for World, or what was it?
World Diabetes Day.
Yeah. I mean, you just did a promo. It's something. It's something that you can always do stuff like that, and I think that's great for. It's just great. I think it's cool. It's a lot different than what a lot of people normally would do with a character, and it's something that's a part of you. So that's really awesome. What's up, Lord Crackhead 3?
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you. Thank you for checking us out again.
And also, Marks and I, our convention agent, Heather Reed, her and I threw a convention last summer down here called Geeks at the Beach in Lewis, Delaware. and we partnered up with someone. Yeah, I got stuff that we're gonna I have one of my specialists in the beginning of the year. We're gonna kind of reach out to different organizations to see if we can open the door and make stuff like that happen. But like I'm about to say is we did a convention. It was fine. It went well. First time, cool. And we partner up with an organization, which was cool, but it wasn't personal to me. Like when her and I were having like a lunch after the fact, I'm like, can we do this?
Right.
Because it's mine,
Yeah,
Tier where Rebecca can buy a copy for. Yeah.
That's a cool
That's
idea.
a great idea. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to team up with I always mix this up because I'm just like Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation of Delaware.
That's a long name.
Yeah. So we had oh man.
Sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that.
Look, if he's able to stick to the diet, if they could do exercise, type 2, you could wean yourself off, depending on the situation, of course. I've known people that have, I don't know your dad's personal situation, but hopefully if he can get his meds regulated and his diet, it could go away more or less.
And I know I've known a friend that's been fighting it for years and has lost, had to go in and have toes amputated. So, I mean, it's definitely a serious thing. And my grandma died of diabetes. I was really young, so I mean, I didn't really see like the degeneration or anything. But I mean, that's the point. I think that's the awesome thing about what you're doing with this character, because besides the fantasy world that you're creating for the entertainment and action, it holds some real world hope, to people, and that's to be commended. And I think definitely, man. I think everybody should jump on when this campaign hits in April and really support it. And Rick, I mean, those are some great ideas. It's not my campaign, so I'm not going to do anything.
I appreciate it.
Great ideas.
Into account. Like I'm always talking to Mark about, well, you guys as well, like what I should do, because Mark's like the fucking Indiegogo king. Yeah.
Yeah, prayers. I mean,
very
prayers
cool.
go out to your dad. Prayers to everybody that's dealing with a family member or friend that's dealt with this. Because one, they need support, emotional support, and it's just not easy, man. It's just the same thing as it's like anything. It's like cancer, anything that we have to deal with these days. Definitely support your loved ones with all that, because this kind of stuff touches everybody.
Like for my father, my father had diabetes as well, way longer than I did, and it caused damage to his frontal lobe brain, and he had gotten dementia. So he was living with dementia for, I say, about 11 years or so.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that long.
Yeah. And you see them, kind of, I don't want to say like trying like a child, but there's child. You're basically raising a child from time to time. And it can be
tough. So I got that colored picture.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, I finally found it. So you sent me two. I think it's the same one. Or were they different?
Yeah, because I asked Russ Russ told me to do some edits on the neck and in the background to make darker. So I did that.
All right, well, you have to tell me which one this one is, but this is the one I found. So here we go.
No, the other one.
Ah, damn it! Just ruined it. It just ruined it. Yeah. All right, 1 second.
But again, the main character's name is Thomas DeHart. He's named after a good friend of mine, Aaron's uncle, who kind of brought him on the nerdy game, if you will. And he passed away due to type 1 diabetes. Yeah, this is the version. So I wanted to, while the character is kind of like me as a superhero, because what he goes through is me, I want to show respect and love to my buddy's uncle, and I named him that, and I asked the family's permission first so they don't sue me. So
Yeah, I thought that's awesome. I think it's a great story.
yeah. Mm.
LA says, when's the guesstimate on launch date?
April, May. As of now, like
It'll be worked out.
yeah, shit happens, but I'm looking for April, May because I would like to have it at least, if not fully drawn, close to done drawn. So while the campaign's going on, I just have to worry about the colors and the letters and pre-production and and all that. But this is the color version of the piece we just saw.
Yeah, like I was saying before, it's awesome you got guys that you can get tips with when it comes to colors because your colors have really improved.
Next.
Every time you show me something new, you really, and this is the newest thing you've done. So I mean, like I can see some.
I just did this last night.
Yeah, and I really dig it. I really dig how it came out. I like the color scheme. The palette's really cool. I'm trying to find some other pictures here of your character in all his glory. I know I got some on here still because I want to bring it up so everyone knows what he looks like. Full shot. And Mike McMahon did a really cool pinup for.
Yeah, Mike drew it, and Frank M. Quanzo colored it, and I was just like, "You motherfuckers, made me look." Indigestion. I'm like, you guys made me look like crap, but no, it's great. Like again, I've said this before. It's very heartwarming when your buddies take something you've created. Thank you, Rick, and they kind of outshine you. Thanks. I actually took the color. I did like the teardrop from the JDRF blue. Like it's like a blue when you see it. So I use that as a color base. That's a nice color right there.
Yeah. And the stuff that I've seen Sean show me from the actual pages over the last few months is definitely along that line. So I mean, it's really cool. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun action book. I mean, it's gonna be a fun book all around.
Yeah.
Blue, black, and white, chrome are all my favorite colors. So already hyped for this character with just a name, a flaw, and a headshot. That's awesome. Yes, me too. Me too. I'm glad that everybody is really getting to kind of see Sean talk about this because we really haven't had a lot of time to really talk about our characters in our books. We've shown some art here or there, but so it's good. Thank you for the feedback.
We
really
really appreciate it. And again, like thanks to Joe, thanks to Marco, thanks to Mark. Like again, like I'm always like workshopping with them. Like, what do you guys think? This and that. And they'll be like, no, you should try this. And I'm like, fuck you, my idea is better. But you guys are like 10 out of 10 times right in the end. So I'm very blessed to have you guys in my corner as my friends. It really means a lot.
It's vice versa too, man. Like I will show Sean stuff when I'm working on a page, whether it's a loose layout or if I got a panel to finish, I'll just be like, hey, it's coming along. And like, a lot of it's just yeah, you should quit now. It sucks, dude. A lot of it really is encouragement, and it's almost, and I was joking around about this on the last Art and Stuff show we did. It's almost like we have a digital studio because between me and Sean, and then guys like Mike McMahon, and a handful of other guys, LA, like we're constantly showing art to each other for the projects we're working on, and that's awesome because you guys can inspire me when I'm seeing new stuff being dropped, and I do the same for other people. It really is kind of a studio atmosphere.
Look at you taking credit.
I mean,
yeah. But no, guys, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me that this sounds like something that could be up your alley. Because it's personal. It's not like it's a part of me. Like it. I don't want to sound corny, maybe whatever. It just means a lot. And for my first venture, like that's cool. Like I don't know. I'm just a sucker for yeah.
Let me bring up the diabetes awareness or diabetes day thing you did.
I always got to confuse myself. And my friend on my room was Yeah.
This is the right
So
one, right?
yeah. So initially, when Joe and I were doing the rebrand or relaunch of art and stuff for like the one channel that Joe hijacked. Uh, Look, I'm just kidding. It's less work for me. It's better. We were like, oh, let's do some live drawing or what have you. Let's have something set up, and that kind of fell by the waist, and we didn't. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So
I
so
agree.
so Joe had the his first page inked by Weems, and he was going to show it, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. But earlier in that day, Mark Polton and Phil McNulty, we also have another show called the Best Friend Show because we're best friends. And I was just sketching out some gestures.
Thanks, Jasper,
And
playing 9.
Jasper playing like, thank you. The show is fun. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So I just did a quick, thumbnail gesture piece, and I had it laying around, and like maybe 10 minutes before the show started for art and stuff, I did a quick scan, a very quick edit, printed it out on I'll get it on blue line, and during the show I started to pencil it, and excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I talk too much, Joe. You got to shut me up. Come on, you
What?
cunt.
It's your part of the segment, man. You go ahead and talk. Lord Crackhead said it's a badass design for sure, and it
Okay.
definitely hits all that, like those. Yeah.
So I did this on the stream, and then I inked it in Procreate, which I'm not really that well. Well, I don't use it that much, so I
Right.
don't know the tricks that I would normally. Like if I was more comfortable with it, or if I knew, like I would have resized this hand, fixed this. I would have, but I think it came out cool, and then I colored it
Yeah.
in Clip because I'm used to it. But this is kind of like what I mean, where like I use the word perfect very loosely. All right.
Right.
This would have looked most likely a lot different than if I just kind of, whatever. So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
my
No, I feel
bullshit.
you. And
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
the design. I've got a. Oh, we've got a. Who did you say did this pinup for you?
Oh, that's my buddy Ryan Brady of Camden Comics. We're
Yeah.
gonna shoot to have him on next year as well. He's a buddy of mine. I've known him for a bunch of years. Talented cat. Um, Fucking motivated as hell. And I was just like, "Yo, would you mind?" Look, I throw out the friendship card for like all you guys to do like pinups for me, and he's like, "Sure." And like, I asked him maybe like a couple days. He sent this to me like from like whatever, and I was just blown away. I'm just like, wow, like, this is fucking awesome. So this will be like another pinup, maybe a card, maybe a poster, like a
Yeah.
tchotchke for the rewards. Like if they're able to get to what they want, not what they want, but if it's able to get to a level where I'm able to give out more stuff for the customers. My man, appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a tip for your voice.
Yeah,
Put his water in there. What are you actually drinking?
Tequila and Broken Dreams. No, it's
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
Gatorade Zero.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to or not, but
I don't.
okay. I know you have
So,
Mike McMahon's pinup.
yeah, show it.
I
You have it?
I don't have it. Send it to me
Oh.
because I would like everybody to see it because he did a fucking awesome job on it.
This is
And
why
it's
you're fired.
what's really cool about our characters. You can really see the era that we grew up in because you can just tell by looking at Streves from Type One and Reaper Destroyer from Reaper Destroyer. It's image. like we're the 90s image. Not that we're trying to duplicate that look per se, but these are the influences. And you can see Sean's influence is very Extreme Studios. My influence is very like Top Cow. And I think to have those characters, and Sean and I have talked before about possibly doing a crossover down the road, which who knows how long it's going to take to even get our first books out. So, but it's fun to dream about some things that we want to do together. Oh, sorry, you sent it to me. Okay. Yeah, and we've said it before. I mean, anybody that's watched this or watched the Out and Stuff show, the 90s was an awesome period for creativity, for art, for characters, and for story. And that's what influenced us. That's what we grew up on, and that's what we want to bring to our books when we drop them into the indie scene. Is all that, So we're really doing what we can to really get that to you guys. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Oh, there you are. Yeah, let me bring this up because I think everyone's really going to enjoy this because it's fucking awesome looking.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, I got too many windows open. Okay, here we go. So this is Mike McMahon's pinup for Strees or of Strees for Type 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who's it colored by?
Frank Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Frank has colored Rob Liefeld, Marat Michaels, a bunch of indie titles. He's one of Mark's and Mike's buddies from the Rob Liefeld group that we've known maybe 20 years. I don't know. I don't do math. I can't. It's one big blur. But yeah, I love Frank. He's very talented. I love that he's a part of this.
There it is.
Yeah, that is awesome.
And that everyone signed up for Absolute Book 2 from Jason Bascom. For sure. Did I pronounce that right? Hopefully I did. But yeah, he did.
If you got a link for it, you can drop it in the chat if you like. If anybody has links for any projects that they're promoting or want to promote or whatever, always feel free to do that. We don't care. If it's cool, it's cool.
Yeah, this show is. I mean, we support all of the indie creators out there, and even if we don't know you, and you want to advertise for a friend, you want to advertise for yourself, like Sean said, drop those links in our chat, share them. That is awesome. Image Arrow's creators wanted freedom for the big companies. CG is like the ultimate end of that spirit. Ending, sorry. Yeah, I would say that there's a lot of similarities, in my opinion, between Image and CG. I agree.
There's a lot of thank you. There's a lot of Image influenced artists from there, and it's cool to see. I'm not getting it in Marvel or DC, but the indie scene's fucking awesome.
Yeah, all we get from Marvel and DC are.
It's a man, baby.
Hold on a second. My timing was off on that. Damn it!
Yeah. Well, that
would have been so much better if I had my timing right. Where is it? Too much shit. I gotta clean this out.
Yo, I was rocking for like 20 minutes last night in a row. The Limp Bizkit. Don't laugh at me. Rolling remix.
The remix
is fucking bananas. Like that's just like that is a tough ass song. Like it makes me feel like I'm white boy wasted, and I just want to go and be like like whenever DMX barks, like I'll bark. Yeah, we do. We don't know how to do that. Yeah, we'll throw
that's something we're still trying to. Yeah, I was just gonna say like we were open for it. You'll have to get with me, message me or something to see how that works. That's kind of beyond my.
I'm not gonna do shit.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, somebody messaged me, and we'll try to figure that out because I have no idea how to set that up. Hell yeah, LA, and hey, so LA, he's got some badass stuff coming out too. I mean, he's working on a ton of stuff. I know his book he's showing me some stuff from his book too that I'm really excited about. So one of these days we'll have to get you on the show, man. Again, Well, I mean, I guess you've never been on the Art and Stuff show, but either way, we got to get you on the stream and talk about your book and your characters and all the stuff you're working on, because I know you're a busy, busy dude, and you're killing it right now. So people definitely need to see that.
Slaying it for sure.
So all right, so I'm gonna jump back. I'm gonna jump back to Reaper Destroyer here real quick. We'll try to wrap this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna drop the link. Yeah, I'm drop the link in and have anybody who wants to join us in the conversation for the next hour or so. So this, anybody that missed the reboot show, one of the pages I got back from Joe Weems the other day, or actually I guess it's a couple weeks now, I showed this, and again, this will be the only place you get to see this. I'm not posting any of this stuff, actually probably until the campaign. So this is stuff you're only actually gonna be able to see here. But this is page 4 of Reaper Destroyer. This is the first, he's got like a bunch of pages, but this was the first one he did. I was fine with it. I was like, you can do them out of order. I mean, you're a legend, you can do whatever you want. But this is the first thing he sent me. And it's funny too, because he sent me this like not too long after Halloween, but I didn't see it in my email for some reason. It didn't pop up like I had a notification. So he hit me up and he was like, "Hey, did you get the email I sent you?" And I was like, "No." So I went and checked it out, and it was the night of the election. It was the night of the election. I'd stayed up to 2:30 in the morning to watch that farce. And I was like, I got this. And it was like the only thing that made me feel good that night was checking this shit out. And I stayed up for about another hour just deep diving into this, looking at my original pencils, looking at his inks. And the one thing I'll say about working with a legend craftsman, figure like Weems is when I looked at the page the first time, I could instantly tell it was me just by looking at it. And it took me looking into it closer. I mean, I'd zoom up at every panel and I'd have an isolated panel of my pencils and an isolated panel of the inks. And I'd just go back and forth because I wanted to see what he changed and, how he brought stuff out. And that's when you could really see what he did with my pencils. And that's what's awesome about a guy like that is because he can put his flavor on it. Yeah. He can add, a sturdier hand and some of the cross hatching, tiny little details that you might not see until you're actually looking into it. But you can add all of that, keep my style, and make it 1,000 times better and finished. It just blows me away. Yeah. And that's what a good inker can do. And I'll enjoy inking my own stuff, but if I can have a guy like Weems inking my shit all day, all day when it comes to this book. And let's see. Yeah, somebody knows how to let us know. Stop at Michael Maycross. 11 to midnight, Monday through Friday. I would love to check out more streams. Hey, thank you, Rick. Really appreciate it, brother.
Thank you.
Really do. I would like to check out more streams. The sucky thing is, like, we stream as much as we can, which is really only once a week, except for, I guess this is only once a week too. But then it's like, we're trying to draw the rest of the time and deal with family. So, I mean, there's so many streams out there that I would like to catch live, but sometimes I catch, days after. I try to catch Dan's stream as much as I can, and that's hard. But maybe one of these times, if we could ever get a chance to do this more full
screen.
Oh, yeah. So let me back out for a second.
That's why Rick needs a wrench, because he knows what's up.
Yeah. What's up. So, I mean, I think that might be as big as I can get there.
They got pills for that.
Yeah, I mean, the 90s stuff, it's fun. People dog the 90s, but it's idiots dog the 90s, but it's fun stuff, man. It's just good.
It's the best. It's the best of like from the 80s, the 70s, because you had all those phenomenal artists like Byrne, Adams, Walt Simonson, Howard Chaykin, other people that I can't think of, Michael Golden, and just fucking took their tips and tricks and just one big jizz explosion. Well, that's what the term for like a splash page was was the jerk shot or the jizz shot
There
or
you
something
go.
like that. Like Rob was telling me.
That actually, I didn't know that. That's something new now.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, he's gotten over it. He's also said in on some interviews as well. So it's not like I'm breaking in fucking secrets.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah, I'm.
He's over the top badass. Wrench us.
If you know.
Hit me up about wrenches. You know what? I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop my email in real quick. Message me, and we'll figure something out. Yahoo. What the fuck am I doing?
And
with Yahoo?
also,
Yahoo.
I'm having an alternate cover from Mighty Marat Michaels, the first Image rookie, no artist creator of Naughty and Nice, Do You Poo, Hardly Thin, Blindside, which I can't wait for him and the Delso to be launching
Oh yeah.
sometime next year, I believe. I know
So
they've been
excited
working
about that.
diligently on that, and so that's cool. Like that's cool because it's someone you grew up on, you idolize, and then I'm blessed to say he's my friend, and then to have that get thrown my way, it kind of gets you ready to fight. You're like, all right, so it's like I'm a big dog, like backing me up and shit. So it's cool.
Thank you, Jasper. I got one more thing I'm gonna show, and then we're gonna open up the chat. So this was.
Hey! It's your channel.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is page 2 of the pencils. The first time we actually get to see Reaper Destroyer, whose real name is Matthew Walker, by the way, because I haven't really talked too much about the book. This is the first time we actually get to see him in action. It's on page 2. Where again?
Yeah, that's badass.
So I'm really hoping that Weems inks this sometime soon and gets it to me because I want to see it. So, and here's a funny thing about working with a really good inker. Now you gotta realize, now you gotta kind of determine how loose to go, because the guy with Weems is a fantastic artist. So
yeah,
he can take what I'm trying to do somewhere, and if I do it sloppy because I'm trying to get through a page, not like I have a deadline, but I do need to get these pages done. Like there is a specific deadline to get the book done in time to actually campaign, because I want to try to get the entire book done so we can just campaign it, however long, and then ship it out as soon as we can. And
no, I took a screen.
I was like, "Are you taking a picture of your dick or something?" Like, you look down there. Like,
there's this really hot chick on Instagram, and this is horrible that people just saw I did a screenshot of her.
Yeah, good job, man. You saw it here first, everybody.
So apparently, you know where my mind is all the time.
Rick, actually, so what I would like to do is I want to do the regular book, but I'd love to do a black and white book of just Joe Weems inks, and I'd love to do a version of the book that was just pencils. Now, I don't know how expensive that gets for printing and all that kind of stuff, so it might not be feasible, but I would definitely love to do a black and white book of Weems's inks, because I think it's going to be really awesome what he does with my art in this character, because it's just the reason why I wanted to go with Weems, and I've had other guys attached to the project. Like I said, Jimmy Reyes and I were talking for a little while. He did the awesome cover. I'd been talking to Adelso Corona for a second. He was possibly going to work with me. That didn't work out.
Super busy. He's
super busy. Again, that's the industry. That's the industry we work in. If you want to work with talented people, a lot of times they're in high demand. Yeah. So. And the funny thing is, the guy that I wanted to work with all along, and one I've wanted to work with for forever, was Joe Weems. It just worked out that it worked out that way. So knowing that he is so good at what he does, I can be a little bit looser, which is odd for me because I'm usually used to doing really tight and trying to put as much detail in, because I'm afraid if somebody else inks it, they're not going to do it justice. But Weems, I can just do less, and he's going to do more. If that makes sense.
So. Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, that's page 2. I'm really looking forward to that getting inked. So I think he's gonna do just rock that out of this world.
But
Okay.
let me actually one thing. Let me see if I can bring this up real quick to send to you. This was
Yeah,
like
send away. I gotta try to find the
this.
link.
Okay, if you, yo, we talk a lot.
We
We
do.
send a lot. We send a lot of dirty pictures to each other. Apparently.
That we definitely do. It might be a little unhealthy. I don't know.
Well, oh, I also got this. I can send. Hold on. See this. And come on, you twat.
Talking about my governor of Michigan there. She's definitely a twat.
I don't pay attention to fucking anybody.
I pay attention to it.
Well, you live
I live
there.
here. I was say I
Yeah,
live here.
yeah. So this was the new redesign, and then this is the villain.
Silver Gorilla says even EBS has trouble getting Kanan White because Kanan is in demand. Yeah, it's
Jay's
that is
awesome.
game you play when you're working with talented people. Same thing with Rob Willis. I'd love to have Rob Willis do like a cover or a pinup for me, but that dude is, I mean, he's got so much on his plate.
Yeah, last time we talked to him, he said he was at least 6 to 8 months behind in demand.
Yeah, I want to try to keep the campaigns as simple as possible. Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna have Billy Tucci on the 4th, and he's always got a ton of stuff for his campaign, but he's got a great name behind it, so people are gonna buy it. I don't want
Yeah.
to flood people being a first-time campaigner. Um, my book is probably going to be about 28 to 32 pages, and now why it's so small is because when I first started this book, it was before I even knew anything about crowdfunding. I'm relatively new to the whole crowdfunding, the indie scene and the CG guys. And my thought was always like create a book and try to pitch it to like, Image or something. So I had a standard, more of an actual standard, like a regular standard for a book. And my story is a 6-issue story arc. And I'm now that I'm learning more about the crowdfunding, I'm gonna try to increase the pages. So like I know that issue 2 is going to be more 32 pages of story, and then I'm going to have probably a bunch of pages of extra stuff. There'll always be extra stuff in the book, like pinups, character bios, maybe some character sketches, some behind the scenes stuff. So it's a little bit more than that. But
Yeah, mine's
yeah, Whitler.
42.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mine's 42 of the actual story. But I gotta see. I'm blessed that a bunch of my buddies are lending their art to me for my characters. So there's gonna be a pinup section. I think as of now I got like 10 or 11 friends doing stuff. So I got to figure out the mathematics to that. I got there's a page in there for my family that just for them essentially. But yeah, like so probably like maybe 50 as of now. I don't know. I got to figure it all out, like content wise. But the actual story will be like 42 pages.
Yeah, Sean's got a little bit more of a traditional size for like a campaign. So I know my book's gonna be a little bit smaller, but I really hope everyone still checks it out because I think it's gonna be top notch as far as the team I'm putting together and what I'm putting into it. So,
well,
yeah,
I'm lucky to have Polton as like not just my best
yeah,
friend, but like as an older brother. Like, see what him and John did. Like, I helped them out with the fulfillment of Graveyard Shift Volume 1, and that was just a massive learning experience in general. Just figuring out like how to set things up, how to make a system for shipping, and also doing the tiers. Like again, like Mark is always been amazing and just wanted me to succeed and all that. So stay away from patches, sticker. Really?
yeah. I was gonna say
Okay.
well, patches. Yeah, I'm surprised because I get almost every campaign I've backed has stickers and cards.
No.
So I mean, it's really interesting when it comes to some of those little extras like that because I know a lot of people like cards. I've gotten bookmarks.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a lot of little stuff I get is great, but I never use it. It just kind of is like a collectible.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Okay, we got somebody in the chat. Let me bring up what you sent me real quick, Sean, before I bring anybody on here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
And again, I think we're very. I'm going to use blessed a lot today. We're very blessed to have the people in our lives that kind of guide us along the way. You know, making sure that we're not fucking up, making sure that we're going to be able to put out the best project that we can possibly can for the people that are hopefully spending hard-earned money on our stuff. So
yeah.
So
this is what Sean sent me real quick before we bring anybody up here. So yeah, I dropped a link in there. Anybody that wants to come on in, and we will bring you up, and we will chat here for a little bit.
Yeah.
While we're waiting for more. So this is a full shot of Strees.
Yeah.
And looks awesome.
Thanks. This is the newest of the new designs. Before my cousin told me it looked like fucking Sub-Zero. No,
Right.
yeah.
Sometimes I think the same thing. Like, you know, like I get all these trinkets in the campaigns, and it's great. I like it, but I keep it more for collectibles than I actually use it.
What about condoms?
Oh yeah, that Black Flag would have been an awesome patch.
Like,
what about condoms?
Yeah.
Condom with like the Strees face on it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So all right, we're gonna.
Yeah, this is the redesign, the full body shot. Again, thank you to Russ Cassidy for helping me improve those coloring techniques, and so. But I will say the costume will evolve throughout the series. So this is just one look because I don't like monogamy, and then the next piece Joe's bringing up. Thank you. And then the next piece is I turned into the villain, and when we bring it up, we'll show you more.
Yeah, I had it just a second ago. Like I said, man, I went through and cleared out all this stuff because I got like all the art from people we bring on the show. I got to weed through a lot of this stuff.
See, I have no idea how any of that works. Like, I thought you just pulled it up through like the chat, like through our messenger.
I could have done that.
Oh fuck, that's wrong. Well, anyway, so take away.
The wrong one?
Yeah, but it's okay. It's essentially the same. It's fine.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. No, I want to get the right one in there.
Maybe
No.
That's not on me. That's on you.
That might be on me. Hold on a second.
And I should also say Joe has done a phenomenal job with the show, from working with the chat, setting things up. You know, we both, reach out to our friends or any sort of guests to try to get stuff booked. And especially when I had to take some time away from my own stuff, he brought the game. So thank you for that. So this is
that's the point. Absolutely, Silver Gorilla. I was sick, Gorilla. Okay.
You're dyslexic. So So this was originally blue with the drone, like their drone type of thingies, and you'll find out what they are in the book. Well, yeah, this is the main villain, Lord Aramis. You'll find out about him and all that in the pages of Type 1. I was on Mike McMahon's stream, and I'm like, what do you think if I just turn this red? And he's like, give it a shot. So I did that on the stream. And I just kind of, I would definitely reach out. Cool, yeah. No.
Yeah, I'll have to reach out to him. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, continue. No, I will. And I'm going to do a little more tweaking, but that's generally the evil version. That's my villain.
Yeah. And you've got the cool thing about your characters, it's suit based, which mine is suit based too, but you have like multiple, and it's the funny thing is, like, I'm a big fan of the Guyver, and there's a lot of Guyver aspects within my story. And the one thing I think about with the Guyver and like with Type 1 or 3s is there were so many Guyver suits out there, especially like when you got into like the movies and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a
You know.
bunch of ripoffs, but we're not going to get into those people.
Oh right, yeah. Oh, I already saw it.
But yeah, oh yeah,
Okay. All right.
Guyburn's a
So
huge influence. But yeah, bring it on, guys. There you are,
What's
you
up?
beautiful human being. You beautiful human being.
You know, the
How you
first thing,
doing?
good, good. The first thing I thought about once I got on I was in the back room, I was looking at myself and I'm like, oh man, this camera makes me look up like my age. Like I'm looking at my head and I'm like, is my hair receding? So I was like looking in my mirror, like, is my hair receding?
Yeah, it's all good. My hairline and my forehead have already been through a divorce, so we're good.
all right, good. You know, gorilla, ogre,
But
panda, troll. I like it.
Marco, this is Joe. Joe, this is Marco. If you guys haven't
Hey,
met
what's
formerly
up?
Hey,
known
brother. Nice
as,
to meet you. Nice to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet you too.
Marco is an
Uh,
Eisner Award winner.
Really?
yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Come
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
tell us
Like
about it. Tell us about it.
I did a
MacGyver.
so
Yeah, MacGyver.
so back when the those two hurricanes hit Puerto Rico back in 2017. Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
2017. I turned to a friend of mine, Derek. Sean knows him, and I was like, "Hey, you want to do something to help the island?" He's like, "Sure." So then I started reaching out to different, creators, and Derek was like, "Oh, can we bring on our friend Neil?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I reached out to this other editor I know that she was already working at Lionforge, and I had done some work for Lionforge in like 2015, 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that ever came out. But then I reached out to Lionforge, and I was like, "Hey, so here's the plan. Do you guys want to publish this?" And they were like, "Let's do this." That led to this big anthology. Like we had Fabian Niciez on it. We had all these different creators, indie, no names that people wouldn't have known, stuff like that. Just a wide variety of Latino and regular creators.
What
And
about this
new.
Latino?
Did I know you back then? I think I knew you back then.
Nah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. I don't know.
I blame Derek because he hates Mexicans. That's the rumors. I'm kidding.
That's true. So yeah, we did that anthology. It came out in 2018. It sold out of its first print run. Went into a second print run. It's been a consistent stellar, and everybody but me knew it was going to get nominated for an Eisner. Because everyone's like, "Oh, that's going to get nominated for an Eisner." I'm like, "No, it's not." I'm like, it's going to go to something like Image, Marvel, DC. I was like, they're not going to nominate, this for an Eisner. And then 2019 rolls around and it's like, nominated for an Eisner. And I was like, oh. I was
That's
like, well,
awesome,
that's
dude.
cool. I was like, it's not going to win. And everyone's like, no, it's going to win. I'm like, no, it's not going to win. And then the day they went down, because, like, if you weren't there at the San Diego, because I was like, I'm poor, I ain't paying that money.
Yeah, fuck that.
so
It's a bunch of nerds,
right? So I was like, are you insane? But you could, you on Twitter, there were people that were there that were posting like, oh, this one and blah blah blah, and updates, and the Eisners were doing updates from there and all that. And so I was like, screw it, I'll watch this. You never know. But I was like, I still ain't gonna win, but I'll be able to be like, it was nice to be nominated. And then we won, and it was like surreal. And then I got an Eisner Award in the mail. And I was like, sweet. I was like, this is the beginning of my, huge success in comics. Not really.
Do you have to pay for that?
No, they just it was so weird because I was just like, because the editors got nominated because we're the ones who put the book together. I mean, I have a story in there, but we're the ones who put the books. I guess with anthologies, the editors get the nomination, kind of like when movies, producers, the best picture is the producer who gets the award, not the director. Sure. It's like you get the award. The director made the fucking movie.
Right.
So yeah, and I was like sitting there like. I was like, are they going to give one to each of us? Because it was 5 editors. I mean, those things got to be expensive to produce. I don't think they're going to do that. And they were like, no, they made 5 for each of you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then Lionforge picked it up and they mailed it to us. So it was cool.
That's what's
up. Sean,
that's a huge accomplishment. What happened? No, I just had to plug in my thing. So.
I was like, if nothing I ever goes anywhere else in comics, I was like, at least I can say, fuck it, I got an Eisner. Fuck this industry, and peace out. You know,
Right? How do
Yeah.
you go up into that start? Yeah, it's a good question.
yeah, you know, that's the whole thing. You think it's so funny because it taught me a lot. Because like, not to be one of those guys that's always ragging on the industry, but like, you know how like people who win Emmys or who win Oscars, you know, that come out of nowhere, like, you know, someone who won an Oscar for a short film or someone who won, you know, was nowhere actor, they auditioned, they got this role, and that role goes on, that movie goes on to get nominated, and their role goes on to get nominated, they win an Oscar. Like, their life changes after that. Like, the industry is like, oh, we want to do movies with this person. In comics, when you win an Eisner, they're just like, that's nice.
Oh, nice.
Even though they call it the equivalent of the Oscars for comics. And I'm like,
Is it? Yeah.
Because it doesn't really change anything.
I mean,
Like,
yeah. Well, but I mean, you still get to say that you're an Eisner winner. I mean,
No, yeah. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I know it sounds like I'm coming off like a prick. Like, oh man, this guy's like fucking one Eisner. You know,
it's not a Harvey.
But you know, it really gives you a real eye check of how tough the comic industry is. You know, because if you get something like that, it's got like, all right, well, you know, you kind of. You got a little higher up that mountain, but keep going. It's not over yet. But I got to the point where I was like, I'm one of those guys that like, you know, and Sean knows this from like the group that we're in where we chat. I got to the point where I'm like, I don't give a fuck anymore about trying to do the Marvel DC thing. Like everyone who gets in the industry, that's their main goal. With crowdfunding being the way it is, and with all these different opportunities from, you know, publishers coming up, and, you know, now book publishers getting into the graphic novel industry because of the kids YA market. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, I have opportunity to keep my 1 foot, you know, maybe, you know, try to accomplish some stuff in kids YA, maybe get a book out there that becomes a hit, make some money. But, you know, my personal stuff, my passion stuff, I was like, I got crowdfunding for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'll just do that stuff in there. And that way, you know, I can do something for me and then try to do some stuff to make my money. Who knows, if I get lucky, maybe I'll hit on a crowdfund book that'll actually make me money.
And for everybody, oh, we lost LA.
LA.
Jump back on when you get a chance. For anybody that's in the chat and wants to come on, drop the link a couple times on there. Silver Ogre, come on in if you want. Anybody, Rick, you want to talk?
But I wanted to ask you something, because I heard you guys were talking earlier about the trinkets, the little stuff you get with like and that's something
like tchotchkes.
Yeah, the tchotchkes. Yeah. That's something I've been thinking about lately. With like, you know, I'm slowly planning. You know, I'm doing all this stuff to plan this Kickstarter. Even though I know a lot of people are like, Kickstarter, oh, that's evil. No, but that's something else I want to ask you guys about that too, because you guys know a little more about this whole Indiegogo thing. But with those tchotchkes, what do you guys think about that? Does like that, when you see stuff on Kickstarters or Indiegogos where it's like, if we meet this goal, you'll get a bookmark, are you like, yay? Or are you like, I don't give a fuck about a bookmark?
I personally don't give a fuck, but I will take any kind of
answer. Yeah, I don't care.
What's up, LA?
Hey, LA.
Can you hear us?
Hello? LA?
He might be muted.
It doesn't say that he's muted. Maybe that's the issue he had before, was like something with the mic.
Maybe, but with like if it's, I like the cards, you know, because like I like, we grew up in like the 90s, the 80s with the Marvel cards. Yeah.
All right, Jasper, definitely
with all the cards. So like I like collecting those. I just feel whatever it may be, just give somebody more bang for their buck. Like if your campaign can get to put out tchotchkes and shit like that, fuck, you know, it's cool. Like posters and stuff. I think I just see what Mark and John are doing, and I take that idea.
dude. I was looking at some of Mark's Kickstarters, and I was like, what does Mark give for, like, you know, tiers or like, you know, for stretch goals? I'm like, I'm gonna go look at that and steal from him. And the thing about the trading cards is funny, because I had a friend who did a Kickstarter like he does a bunch of Kickstarters, but he had one a while back where he reached a point where he's like, I don't know what to do next for a stretch goal. And we were talking about it. I was like, do trading cards. He's like, trading cards? I'm like, dude, trust me. That's becoming the thing now. Everyone loves trading cards. It's like everyone's got memories. So he did the trading cards. And then at last year's New York Comic Con, he's like, these are some of the most popular things that you know, I have One
People
of my
like
shows,
art,
and
man.
I'm like, I told you.
Yeah. So silver,
they're inexpensive to make, and it's just something cool to have. Sorry, Jim.
Silver Ogre says in 20 to 30 years, MLA is going to be like the old car in a Radiator Springs. He's going to have Eisners piled up in a dusty corner as door stops.
He's gonna you're like Bernie back in Transformers 1. It's like Manny. I'll smack a bitch.
I like when more pages are added or better paper quality. Now I will say this: better paper quality, yes.
Oh yeah.
The more pages added, I guess that's a good thing, unless you're like Rob Willis, and then that adds like 40 or 80 more pages to Shinobi Sasquatch, and then you got to draw those like, so maybe, LA's back.
I saw that. Is he back?
LA, can you hear us? Maybe you can hear us, but we can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh man, must be something going on with the mic when you're coming in.
If he's doing it, LA, if you're doing it from your computer, go to your phone. I always do this with my phone because it's a lot more easier than going through a computer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sometimes Sean has had to do like his iPad instead of a computer or a phone or something. I know we've had guests in the past too that it's I don't know, it's weird. It's funky. Rick said hand-drawn sketches, posters, cards, original artwork.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What up, prime time? Boom! Look at that.
There we go.
Hey, one of my favorite dudes, Fulton.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's full screen that. Full screen that.
Yeah.
There we go.
That beautiful piece of.
That is an awesome cover.
Yeah. So the reprint came in this week. Book 2 should come in next week. I already started fulfilling. Some backers just got the reprint book, so their books already went out the window, out the door, not the window.
LA said he's got nothing but glitches when he gets backstage. Oh, that sucks, man.
Oh man.
If you get that figured out,
what's up, Marco?
Keep on trying to come in if you want.
Hey,
if not, we'll get time another time for sure, brother.
I like to call Mark one of the hardest working men in comics, man. That dude is building an empire.
Thank you, man. Call me the mailman. I'm always delivering, man.
That's awesome. No, but a lot of like what is from my aspect of anything I've done, learning, growing as a person artistically, is because of Mark giving me a shot. So thank you, brother.
Oh, anytime, man. You're my boy.
Yeah. And I have some ideas because I'll tell you this later. I'll tell you later.
You can't tease everybody like that, man.
All right. So last week, last week when we had Todd Rayner on, he has a 3D cover for Ice Pick that his buddy said that he wanted to do, that he drew it and he so I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to talk about Mark for me doing like a gold hologram 3D printed cover for one of his books. But on his dime though. So let's make this happen.
Silver Ogre says, can't wait to read Zero Face.
Oh, thank you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so much is going on with US Assassin. I'm so excited.
Tell us.
Yeah, spill the beans, man.
So next month we're going to make an announcement about Volume 3. We have our...
Oh, we can actually hear you this time, LA.
Oh, the man speaks.
Go ahead, Mark. Sorry.
Next month we're going to announce Volume 3. All the creators that are working on the book. We're announcing, much like G.I. Joe had Sergeant Slaughter, we're introducing our first real-life member of the U.S. Assassin team. We have a theme song. We're going to have a little animated video to go along with it. It's going to be epic, man. I'm so excited. I just love.
I've heard.
I love all my babies, all my comic books, but I really love U.S. Assassin, if you can't tell. Which,
oh yeah,
still in demand on Indiegogo. We're shipping, so if you want to get books 1 and 2, man, go check it out.
yeah, absolutely.
I've heard the theme song. It's amazing. Mark let me listen to it. It's killer.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah,
a question I wanted to ask since you all are here, since you all are here real quick. Sorry for cutting you, but I want to ask you too, Mark, because you said it earlier, Sean, the whole Indiegogo thing, your reason for being on it. So I know with Kickstarter, it's like I think something like 8% to 2%. It's like a total of like 10% or whatever bullshit, 8 or 10% that they take of your total cost. And then Indiegogo does the same thing. But if you go a Kickstarter, and then from the Kickstarter you go to the Indiegogo in demand, I'm guessing the Indiegogo in demand takes 10% of that additional money, right? Like, what is the whole like? Because I know you were telling me before in the group, in the '90s comics group, that Indie takes less than Kickstarter in the overall picture. Like, what is that whole thing? Like, why is it better to go with Indiegogo monetarily than Kickstarter?
It's the
Oh, we lost Ellie again.
Who are you talking to, Sean or me?
well,
or whoever?
Right. Well,
No,
Mark,
both of you.
Mark,
Whoever wants to answer first.
Well, Mark has a better answer because these are answers I've asked him. So shoot away.
Yeah. So whoever has the best knowledge.
Mark.
I chose Indiegogo. I like the in demand aspect of it, to keep the store open and running. The percentages really didn't really play a factor in it too. I went because of the in demand store.
And that just makes sense. Like,
I was just going to say, yeah.
Booking, and
Yeah,
like I said earlier,
go ahead, man.
The more you could get back profit-wise, you could put back into your product. And to me, that's more important. And you could, like, as opposed to just 30 days, you technically have 60, but then you could go as long as you want with the in-demand, I believe. I don't think there's a cutoff for that.
Yeah.
No.
So it's like having like your own online shop, link to another online shop. That's how I see it.
Yeah, no, I've seen people like double their money just by having the in-demand store. One of my problems is I complete my books too quick, and I take down the store. But I have to figure out like how many copies to order in advance and keep that store open a little longer. Although at the same time, I'm trying to push my Etsy store that I'm revamping. So I don't know. Well, I'll figure it out. This is all a learning process for me. I've been doing this maybe like 2 years now, and still learning.
Yeah, crushing it.
Cool.
Crushing it.
Silver Ogre says, I've never streamed. I haven't shaved since Sunday, so I wasn't going to waste people's time trying to get in. But it is nice having the option. Dude, I haven't shaved since Friday. So usually when I have a stream, I try to like shave and get nice and kept, get my head buzzed, But
your beard is wild. It looks like one of those. You remember the trolls that you would stick on your car with the hair? That like look, you got the two top here, and then there's the feet. So and then like the middle is the body, and then like here's the hair. Your nose is the hair, so it looks like a troll.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna go back to dyeing it so I can look like I'm actually 38 and not something.
Yeah. I got the opposite problem.
I started getting gray hair when I was in my 20s, man, like early 20s.
I wouldn't accept that. I started going bald in my early 20s.
Well, yeah, I mean, it must have been what we ate. Too much radiation. The damn cell phones.
Yeah.
That's what it did to us. It's all fucking cell phones, man.
So, Marco, do you want to start talking about your project?
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna have you on in January, but like, promote. This is your time. Promote.
Yeah, it's true. It's the first time you've been on with us, so.
Yeah, cool. I'll try not to blab on on. So basically, I decided to finally go into the crowdfunding game. Been working on this project for a bit. It's a post-apocalyptic story like Conan. You guys ever seen the comic Black Sad that Dark Horse puts out? It's a European comic. It's like anthropomorphic animal people, and takes place in like 1940s, 50s America. Yeah. So this is like Black Sad meets Conan, in a post-apocalyptic world. The reason I said it post-apocalyptic is long time ago when Conan first came out on DVD, the special edition, Oliver Stone is in the documentary on there, and he talks about how his original script for Conan, it was like a post-apocalyptic world, which I thought was crazy. I'm like, Conan takes place like in a time before time, but Oliver Stone was like, fuck it, I'm gonna write what I want to write for Conan, and that idea always stuck with me. The idea of like, the world goes to shit, and it's a very like anime cliche thing, post-apocalyptic, and in a very like 70s 80s movie type thing with like Mad Max-ish. But I was like, the idea of like everything goes back to a barbarian culture, I always thought that was an awesome idea.
That's a cool idea.
And then when I read Black Sad, I was like, yeah. So I was just like, I'll do something like this where it's, these anthropomorphic animal people, they used to be humans, they're gone, the animals took over, and now it's a very barbarian-like culture. And I hooked up with this great artist, David Brame, and it's funny because when I had come up with this in 2010, he was the original artist on that doing designs. He then had to leave because he got this great gig in Canada, this job. So he had to back out, and then I put that idea away. And then fast forward like 10, 12 years later, through friends of friends, I became friends with him. And one day I'm looking for the old designs for this comic through my email, and I find them, and I noticed the email header, the whatever at Gmail, is his name. And I was like, no fucking way. And I sent him a message. I said, yo. And he was like, holy shit. So we had originally we were going to do this for like a very small indie publisher that uses crowdfunding to fund their stuff. The book then got dropped from that publisher because they got busy doing other stuff. So we're going to do December 28th is when it's going to drop. December 1st is when I'm going to put up the whole, whether I do this on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, the whole thing where you can it shows you like a little page on Kickstarter or Indiegogo where it's like, sign up now, put in your email and you'll be notified when this launches, that type of whatever that thing is that they call that they do. The book is called Blanco because the main character was, when he was a pup, he was all white fur. So they call him Blanco, which, Sean knows is Hispanic for white,
Mm-hmm.
And
that's my aunt's name.
A thing of Hispanics have a thing of very no, I knew you, but Hispanics have a thing of giving you these nicknames that stick with you, like you could be like, I've always been a big dude my whole life, so they call me Gordito, which is chubby kid, you know what I mean, if you translate it literally, so
just
I could be like in super shape and they would still call you Gordito, they would still call you that,
I was called
so
Alexa
this character is
Hente.
called Blanco.
Is that what it is? Yeah, the demanding one.
Oh,
Alexa
what?
Hente. Alexa.
The demanding one.
Alexa Hente. Is that what it is? That's what they call. I don't know. Whatever.
So the book is called Blanco, and like I said, Black Sad meets Conan. It takes place in a sort of post-apocalyptic feudal empire type world. His brother is called Cain. Very biblical. And it's got this very, I like to say, very 70s heavy metal. Like, I'm influenced by a lot of stuff that's like grindhouse cinema, 70s heavy metal, Mad Max, 90s comics, 80s comics. Very epic, wild storytelling. Nice. Things like that. As a writer, and so I wanted to have that feel where like you're getting this amazing heavy metal story that you're reading, that heavy metal used to do back in the day, of the story that you almost feels like it's too cool for school type thing. You know what I mean? Like, where the fuck did this come from? This is like so awesome. So we're going to do it as, it's going to be a 56-page hardcover. So I'm going ballsy, you know, because a lot of
Wow.
Hardcover,
Somebody's
huh?
bringing out their dick for this.
Funk.
Good for you. Yeah.
So it's going to be 56-page hardcover black and white, though. So it's kind of a very catch-22, a very yeah, it's going to be this awesome comic, but it's going to be black and white, like manga, you know, toning. And then we'll see if we do really well, we do a stretch goal for color. And then, you know, try to have the cake and eat it too. But, you know, I'll stop talking because I tend to ramble.
No, it's all love. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk about our projects and to make fun of Joe. So, you know, it's good times.
Silver Ogre says, sounds interesting. Big fan of Mad Max and Conan. Mutant animal people. Sounds like my childhood in the 80s. Yeah, it does sound really cool, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like it. Looking forward to that.
Thanks, man. I really like the art you showed from your book, Joe. Like, that's so...
Thank you, man.
It gave me that energy and feel you get from stuff like Top Cow when Top Cow went from superhero into the more, you know, darkness, Witchblade. You know, it gives me that type of feel. Yeah. It gives me the type of feel, like you said, you were a big fan of Guyver. I'm a huge fan of Guyver. Like, I'm hoping one day they release the manga back in the US again. Right. Yeah, I love that stuff. Like Sean and Mark know I love all that Guyver, Techno Man, you know, Super Sentai, all that crazy wild stuff.
Yeah, when I was forming the story or the idea,
these are Marks. I've had them for about a year.
Hey, Sean, hold him back up,
motherfucker.
So like, you're too fast, Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yeah,
dude.
There you go.
I
just two grown men watching Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yeah, hey, it was a great time after we watched that Primal Fear. But no, there was an anime remake of whatever the original name is.
Yeah, I watched it. It was so good.
So good.
It's amazing. Yeah. But what were you saying, Joe, about your comic about?
I was just saying, like, when I was when I was like kind of getting the concept, I took a lot of all the stuff that I liked when I was a kid, you know. So my book has like elements of, you know, like I was a huge fan of Mark Silvestri. He was a big influence on me as far as an artist. You know, later on in my art, probably my early 20s is when I really got into his style. And so I have a lot of the Top Cow feel in this book, especially like kind of the visually. Not that I'm trying to copy anybody. That's just kind of like my influences. But yeah, the Darkness, Spawn, the Guyver, Moon Knight, those were all big influences for my character. And I was like trying to take all of those characters and mesh them into like one. And that kind of became what Reaper Destroyer is now. So it should have a, like, you know, and that, you know, Mark knows too, because I've talked to him. Originally, I was talking to him about possibly writing my book. So I was throwing all these ideas before I really formatted solid, you know, like solid structure. And I was like, you know, I'm going to have like these ninjas, you know, we're going to have like all this stuff, you know. So the book is going to be crazy. It's going to have like crazy ninja clans. It's going to have like all these, you know, immortal people, you know, like this, like these dark characters, these mutated monsters, biological weapons. Yeah, so it's going to have just pretty much everything I grew up in the 90s. Highlander, Terminator, Guyver, you know, all the comic book stuff is just brain dumped right out into my character.
That's speaking my language, man. That's awesome.
I'm going to go take my insulin. I'm just going to put this on mute. Keep talking. I can hear you, okay?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love that. Especially the whole ninja thing. Mark knows how awesome ninjas are.
Yeah, no, I love me some ninjas. Joe, when are you planning to launch your book?
I'm trying to get it set up for July, obviously of 2021. That's, you know, what I would like to do ultimately is try to get the book done, or at least penciled by the time I go to launch, so that I can use pay for everything up as front, you know, invest as much as I can into the book and in the creative team I have, so that whatever money I make from the campaign I could put towards printing and then hopefully going into making of the second book. So that's the goal. We'll see. I mean, I'm not the fastest artist in the world. I'm really trying to take my time too, because I want to make sure that what I put out there is like the best I can, since I don't really have a technical timeline. And if I only put out like, my goal would be to try to put out like 2 books a year. That's not gonna be possible next year, but maybe in like 2022, get that 2 books a year thing rolling.
Right.
So you will see. If I have to push it back, I'll push it back. But I'd really like to try to launch the campaign around July, probably July 1st, like right around Independence Day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I mean, I've got an awesome colorist, and he's actually pretty fast. And I'm working with Joe Weems doing the inks, which I don't really have a deadline for him. It was one of my deals I worked out for him was like, he's going to take on the project. We have a contract worked out, but like I have no set deadline. Like I'm not going to send him a page and be like, hey, I need this tomorrow.
Right.
It's just like, here's the pages when you get them done. He knows I'm trying to launch in July. So I was like, I'm just going to send them as I get them. And you just, whenever you get them done is when you get them done. And then I'll get them to the rest of the guys. So really it's on me to kind of, I guess, do the speed of it, which is not my strong suit because I work a full-time job, I try to do the streaming shows and then I try to draw at the same time.
Yeah.
So sometimes that gets a little overwhelming, especially when you're like the worst critic, your own worst critic. When you look at something, you're like, oh, that sucks. You're like, I can't send that to Joe Weems. He's going to look at that and be like, I'm not inking you. You suck, dude. So that's always in the back of my head. So.
When you launch your book, Joe, are you going to when you do like the second book and the third one, are you going to keep it around the 28 to 32 for each one, or are you going to like increase the page count for the in the future?
I'm going to increase the page count with issue 2. I think I'm going to try to keep it around 32 pages of actual story instead of trying to do like the big books like a lot of the guys do with like 40 to 50. One of the reasons for that is to actually be able to get the book done, because I can probably handle doing 28 to 32 pages of art with my schedule, unless some kind of miracles happen where I was actually able to start making money and put more time into my art. But like I have a limited amount of time to draw, so I got to kind of do a realistic page count. Because if I was like, I want to do a 50-page book, that might take me fucking a year to draw. With all the ups and downs I have, because one thing with my job that sucks, it doesn't suck. I love my job because it helps me pay and provide for my family. But I have like a couple times of the year where I'm doing like night stuff, and like all these things that throw my schedule way out of whack. So sometimes I might be just plugging along, just killing it on a page and getting ready to start another page. And I'll go 2 weeks of working nights and my schedule's all thrown off. And it's just, I don't draw that much in that time. So I don't know. I think specifically the first book is going to be around 28 pages of story, and I'm going to have a bunch of pages of extras, like I was saying, pinups, character bios, behind the scenes stuff, all that kind of stuff to make it like more 32 page. And then the second issue is definitely going to be 32 pages because, as Mark knows, the second issue I have is going to be mostly one giant fight between my main character and a bunch of ninjas across the rooftops of New York.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm really looking forward to get to that, but that one's gonna be a whole lot of work for the visuals I have planned. So Silver Ogre, cool time to save up for that since there are already about a dozen new campaigns every month to choose from. I will say, man, it gets daunting trying to keep track of all the campaigns, especially with Mark, because Mark's always got something cool and I always want to back his shit. But then you got like John and EVS and like all these guys. It's like, fuck, man, I want to back.
I got a
everybody.
bookmark folder. I have a bookmark folder now. So when a campaign drops that I like, whether it's on Kickstarter, Indiegogo, I just save that link into my bookmark folder. So I remind myself down the line if I can't get the book at that point, then to get it at some point.
Yeah, that's the same thing I do too. I'm like, all right, so I got 30 days. I was like, most likely they're going to go in demand, so I got some extra time if I can't get it within then. But what sucks is when you have like that
There's
upfront
so many.
stuff. This only lasts for the first 24 hours, and I'm like, shit. Like I gotta go borrow some money somewhere.
Dude, I go like at least once a week, and Sean like can vouch for this because I'll drop it in the chat group. where I'll be like, oh, look at this new Indiegogo, or look at this new Kickstarter. This book looks awesome. Check it out, dude. And so I'm always checking because there's just so much good stuff coming out now and through the crowdfunding. Like, it's getting so crazy, this crowdfunding, that like you got even those big names like Scott Snyder, getting into it, and like
you got Keanu Reeves doing a crowdfunder.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves killing.
And people
like
were hating on
$1.5
that, which is so stupid.
Oh,
well, people bitch about anything for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I never understood that, but yeah, I mean, like, dude, that campaign for was it Berserker?
Berserker, yeah.
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 Fuck, man, how much did that end with? I mean, that was like,
I think it's 1.5. I think 1.5.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah, he just he killed it.
Good for him, and good for the industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
For that to happen, like that can bring people in to comics, and that's what's really important. And that's what's needed nowadays because the numbers suck.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
there was something where they were saying, I think it was on like on ICV or some other one of those sites that tallies, that keeps charge of numbers of the industry, and they were talking about how like Kickstarter has done. This was like I think a month ago, back in October, had done 22 million this year so far, and that's just Kickstarter. 22 million for comics. 22 million for comics. And I was like, well, 1.5 of that was Keanu. And if you take
and the other one, the other was McFarlane.
Yeah.
If you count,
So
if you count his campaign for the toys. Silver Ogre said, I back Berserker. Yeah, me too.
Kickstarter, you're probably looking at something like 35-40 million.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at something like 35-40 million in total for crowdfunded comics if you count Indiegogo and Kickstarter. Like, that's insane.
Oh yeah, altogether.
And
it's the play. Like we've talked about with Mark before when he's been on. Like, this is the time. That's one of the reasons why Sean and I are so motivated to get into the swimming pool with everybody, because like this is the time to be an indie creator, to get out there, because there's so much heat right now on Indiegogo. Kickstarter too, but like Indiegogo. You get the Comicsgate crew, all these indie guys are just absolutely killing it. Like, this is the time, before it gets oversaturated, and like people, and I hope that it's not like a trend where it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then just bursts. Like, I hope it just continues to keep on getting bigger, and this is the way for indie people like us to really just get our books out there. Because we're not going to the industry anymore. You're not going to Image. You're not going to some other place to really get your book, because first, you're not going to get any money for it. You're going to pay money to try to get published through them, where you can go do the crowdfunding thing, get a loyal crowd, and try to make money that way, and actually get your stories out. Like Mark's the living proof. I mean, look at all the fucking books you got out, man. It's impressive. It's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, 8 times Mark's like, I got an idea. I'm like, fuck, I'm broke again.
It's crazy. Like, before there used to be like sayings, oh, you shouldn't release like this month or that month because it's downtime. There's no downtime anymore because there's so many people releasing books. It's just like you find your spot and you release it. I'm just planning out my 2021, and like I'm actually considering, can I run 2 campaigns at the same time, because I have so many books in the works. But I'm going to try to space them out. Like, once one campaign ends, the next one's going to have to start up, because I don't have any more room.
Ray,
what's up, Ray?
Here. Ray, get in here.
What's up, Ray?
The link is in the chat. Come in here. We want to see your beautiful face. But yeah, no, like the cool, like I said,
2 campaigns at once be crazy. More power to you.
Yeah, like
Billy Tucci ran two things at once, Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Yeah,
it was insane that he did that.
But it's cool for like guys like Joe and I who aren't really named. Like, look, I do the convention circuit, so like, if I'm known through that, and then commissions. But like, people that don't have a powerful or strong enough name can make a good product and get it out to people that enjoy it. You don't have to be a Todd McFarlane. You don't have to be a Billy Tucci. You could still make a good product that gets funded and gets it into the hands of people that want it. And whatever the numbers are, doesn't matter, as long as it gets done is successful. To me, it's at least.
And it's very similar to another great era of comics. I think it was called the 90s, where you could self-publish a book and it would actually sell and get you noticed.
Right.
We actually have a great Facebook page if Marco wants to promote it. We're going pretty strong.
For
the 90s page?
Oh, yes.
Okay, I was about to say.
90s, so I was like, what? Huh? So for all you out there watching and all you future viewers that'll be watching this episode after the live stream, if you love 90s comics, go to the Facebook and type in 90s Comics Strike Back. And then when you hit the, to get into the group, you just have to answer 3 questions. They're simple.
Mm-hmm.
You can easily Google them. There's no don't Google it. So many people answer those questions. I'm like, why didn't you just Google it? They're easy Google questions. And it's a cool group.
I love
we
90s
talk
comics.
Damn. Hold that back up. Hold those back up.
Man. Fan that out again. Look at
Sinja?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Sinja was one of my books.
Awesome.
One of the books I used to read. But yeah, in the 90s group, we talk 90s comics. It's all about fun. One of my big things is, there you go. We got like over 1,600 members, which grew relatively fast. Like, I think I started that group last year in November.
Yeah.
And it's like a year later, over 1,600 members. We just have fun. We don't get into any bullshit, nothing. We have a strict policy of, no politics, no religion, no bullshit, man. Keep all that, to yourself. It's just a fun group, a little place, kind of like Cheers. You know what I mean? You go to Cheers, maybe everybody knows your name and you have a good time, so it's the same thing in that group.
And then that would be remiss.
Yeah, a lot of good people. We like it. It's really inspiring to go back. It's like, oh, I totally forgot about that book. I'm gonna go buy it right now.
That's a beautiful book.
Thanks,
from the hardest working man in comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say there's the U.S. Assassins Book 2 and her Zero Face.
Yeah, man.
Heartburn.
Tell us about it.
Tons of great rewards, man. We got variant covers by Kevin Sharp and Cedric Nakan. The said cover is amazing, wraparound cover. I highly recommend it. But we got a little bit of everything for everyone.
Yeah, we got some of the best artists drawing alternate covers.
Yeah, and those covers are colored. I just never updated the the Indiegogo page.
What's up, Raymond?
Hey, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
How's it going, fellas?
Hey.
Doing great.
Can you guys hear me? It's like I'm breaking up.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Now we can hear you.
I feel like I'm breaking up.
No,
Can you hear us?
Look at that. The one thing I love about this U.S. Assassin book that Mark did is when he was showing me pages from like volume 1 and then pages volume 2, like the growth that McMahon has done from like one volume to the next is crazy. So I can't wait till he gives me a sneak peek of pages from volume 3 because I know Mike's probably taking it to the next level already.
Yeah, yes.
So I actually
I love that book.
Thanks, Ray. So next month we're gonna release an Ash Can of Volume 3. It's gonna be an Etsy store exclusive for my store. So I just read the proof today. It looks awesome. Mike's killing it. But like Marco was saying, every issue Mike just gets better and better. So it's
You move too fast, man. You make me look bad.
But yeah,
got some coming out.
Man, I'm just hustling, man. It's living my best life.
Though, man. I love it. I love what you did with it.
Thank you.
Looking at American Ninja. Well, I used to look at the American Ninja.
Yeah, man, that's my movie.
And I love Bazooka Dog. I love me some Bazooka Dog.
Thank you. Yeah, I love Bazooka Dog too, man. Ray, next month we're going to announce Volume 3, and we got a theme song. Yeah, I was inspired by you when I heard that Agent Solo had a theme song.
Every superhero had their own theme song, bro.
I was like, I need a theme song. So yeah, it's you're gonna love it.
I can't wait to hear it, bro.
And
I'm
also,
happy though, man. I love
Raymond.
I love what you're doing. I mean, you always get me excited when you how your campaign's going, man. And you just kicking a lot of ass, bro. And like I said, I love what you're doing. I love the whole entire American side. I mean, the Ninja Assassin book you got, man. I love it all.
Thank you.
I can't looking forward to some of the stuff that you're doing.
So real quick, Silver Ogre. Yeah, I said it right this time.
you
Yeah.
did.
Said Charlie's London made a Chaplin comic book and it's funded already. Not even a superhero. So there's an audience for everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure,
absolutely. Yeah. And that's the exciting part, man. That is absolutely the exciting part.
And somebody else who's kicking
Man, it's a
ass
great-
is Ray himself.
Yes. So Ray, speaking about telling Mark that Mark's moving too fast. It's like, Ray, don't you have a Rob Liefeld cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, when are you gonna post that, man? Have you posted that?
Well, whatever Rob sent my way.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was like, I don't remember. I have not seen it yet. So
Yeah, it's coming, man. It's coming.
All right.
It's just been real busy on my part. It's been busy on his part. So it's coming.
Yeah, because I want to get that.
Yeah, I can't wait to show it to y'all. He showed me a little glimpse of it. I'm gonna reshare it again. I think he switched it. I think he might have changed it. He's not telling me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just read.
So what you're saying is
PDF you
you're getting even better cover.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna get, man. You just never know, This is, surprise, but we go back. We talk back and forth, and I'm really excited for 2021. Though I really am. I wish I could talk about a lot of stuff we got going on, but 2021 we're looking forward to hopefully announce some news and stuff. So, but I'm excited. Man. I've been working on Violent Burn is almost done. I got 7 more pages to go.
Yeah, you deserve it, man. You're working hard.
You think you're gonna do 20 pages, but then when you keep drawing, man, you get out of hand. You know what I mean? It gets out of hand.
See, this is great about this community. Like, it's just inspiring. Like, you guys are my guys, and like seeing everything you're all doing is just fucking inspiring. To it's like I gotta raise the bar myself, so I don't look like a schmuck. It's really great to have like a really good team of people behind you. It's awesome. Keep putting out more shit.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, bro. When you've been sitting in the Marvel line all day trying to get work at Marvel, man, and they tell you no, and now we got this platform that you can really show your stuff, and people are the ones to answer to give you the green light, not some suit dude that don't know what he's talking about. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's the era we're in now. You can create your own books. You don't have to wait for a publisher. You don't gotta wait for nobody. You just put it out there, and the universe will answer back if they like it or not. That's what's fun about doing your own books now. We got Kickstarter, Indiegogo, whatever you want to use it on. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It excites me. I get a kick out of it. It's like a thrill.
Mm.
You have blood pressure,
Hey, Raymond. Silver Ogre said, I found both campaigns for Agent Solo, but don't know the difference looking at them. You want to clear that up?
What was the answer again?
He said, I found both campaigns for Agent Solo, but don't know the difference looking at them.
Okay. Now that first one, that's for the first book. The second one is the second one is when you see the Ron Lightfield cover. That's the second book. But what you can do is if you want to get both books, 1 and 2, do the second campaign because that's where you get both books for 20. Yeah, for 20. You get both issues 1 and 2. But if you just want that one book, you just get an issue 1. That's for the first campaign you see on there. You want to get the one under the city. This one, the City of the Siege one.
Yeah, there you go. So that's the only difference. They got issue 1 and then Under Siege. Yeah. I see what's going on there. So there you go. Hopefully that clears that up.
Yeah, we'll clear it out. I'll be rewrite it on my wall and clear it up so people won't get confused and stuff. It's just Indiegogo, man. I'm getting used to it. Everybody do for Turkey Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yes, my favorite holiday,
bro. Start
my
over here.
favorite holiday.
I'm gonna fuck that turkey up.
Everything for to get turkey, man. Sandwiches and all. Ain't nothing gonna be left.
Yeah.
Hey man, turkey and football. That's all I need. So I'm
sir.
taking tomorrow off from everything. That's all I'm doing. I'm eating
Sunday,
food, watching
Joe.
football.
We'll be enemy, so you might as well come on my wall, talk your shit.
Oh, I love it. I love anytime the two of you go at it. It's the funniest fucking thing. It's amazing.
I can't even talk any shit this week, man. I got nothing. I'm so worried. I'm so worried the Bears are gonna get blown out by like 30 or 40. I'm gonna watch the game, but I'm not very excited about it. Trust me.
How everybody doing credit rise, man? What y'all on? What you on pages? Anybody working on pages today?
Yeah, I finished coloring a piece, promo piece, and then
bring that back up.
Yeah, if you don't mind, and then I'm gonna work on some pages probably this weekend.
I'm loving what I'm seeing, Sean. I love that, man. I love you coloring your stuff, man. And
thank you.
I love what you putting out there. I'm looking forward to that, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Mark, you still looking like a wrestler. I tell you when we bust up my wrestling toys and shit.
I forgot my belt this time.
You should wear my time, man, and hopefully this bitch will open up.
Yes, that's the promo piece that Sean's been working on.
Get some prime time Mark glasses. You about 3 books.
But yeah, this is the piece I finished yesterday. Before I posted, I sent it to Russ Cassidy. Just be like, any
Russ
tips?
Colored it?
No, I colored it, but I sent it to Russ after to be like, what do I need to do? And he's like, just do some shading on the bottom. So I didn't have to do much. It was very easy, and I just darkened the background just to make it pop. But I love
the shiny flares you got going on with the how you get the shiny in the back of his backpack.
Yeah, I love
booster pack. I love that glare.
That's a trick Russ taught me. And I'm like, this seems stupid, but I've just been doing it ever since because he keeps telling me to do it, so I'm not going to stop it.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I love that, man. Keep at it.
Yeah, those are actually, it's they're blasters, but they're also kind of drones and also wings for him to fly. So it's multi-purpose. Yeah.
Multi-purpose.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I'm gonna need to know the ins and outs when I do that pinup.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna do something badass. I know we're gonna do a dual pinup.
Yeah.
But when I'm drawing your character,
I'm looking forward to the Reaper Destroyer, bro. I can't wait to read that.
Thank you, man. I'm getting so excited about this book. Between the stuff I'm getting back from Joe Weems, the colors I'm getting back from Brian Valenza, and then the story that I continue to form with my writer Joel Rodriguez. I'm extremely excited. I can't wait to show you.
2021 gonna be lit.
2021 is gonna be a great year, man. There's gonna be a lot of fantastic books coming.
I'm trying to put some money aside for everybody's book, man.
I'm gonna be spending a lot of money in 2021. I know there's a lot of people I'm backing. That's for sure.
I might sell some weed on the side for everybody's books. COVID-19 and all,
So Silver Ogre says, so City Under Siege is number 2. And there's an option for 1 and 2 under that, or is it? Yeah,
it's options for 1 and 2. You get both books. On City on Siege, you get both books for 20. And if you want the digital, plus
that's what I did, I believe.
When you get due to the COVID, because the print I deal with is just an issue right now, so I had to make sure I let everybody know what's going on. The books you're gonna get them in 2021, but what I'm doing is when you order your books. We order them books, and I see your name. I'm gonna send you a link when you get both digital copies on me.
Oh, nice.
Pay for that.
Yeah, I've read number 2 already. It's fucking awesome. Like, it's
thanks, man. Did you get 1? Did you download 1 too?
I got 1 and 2 digitally. Yeah, I have 1 already. But yeah, like I got
confused. I was just wanted to know because I'll send you another link. But that's what I'm doing for everyone, man. Because everybody COVID, man. So. I'm just trying to make it easy on everyone, man, because I know how that is, man. And, some people lost their jobs and stuff, so it's rough for us, man. So I'm just trying to play my part and just give it back to people, man.
There you go, man. It's awesome.
Great.
Well, guys, I'm gonna say I'm gonna wrap this thing up here pretty soon.
Sean, how many? Wrapping up.
Yo, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
Keep talking.
Prime time mark.
Oh, no, I was gonna ask Sean how many pages is his book gonna be?
It's gonna be 42 for the story itself, but then I'm gonna have like extras like pin-ups and stuff like that.
42
So
pages?
42 pages, yeah.
Boy, you're a bad mother. Shut your mouth.
I want to brag about it. But the first scene is like 14 or 15 pages, and it's like I've been saying, it's my love letter to Strike File. So it's just setting up and action, like double page spreads, splash, 2 to 3 panels, like, you know, and then we get into the actual story. So but there's a setup to it. So, and I don't know, like what I've shown, like everybody, they're kind of digging it. So I'll take that for the win, you know. So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that, man. 42 pages, boy. You go. You trying to show out.
try look.
Yeah,
I'm just taking everything Mark told me.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I don't. Before we wrap this up, I did want to ask Mark. That project, and I can never remember what the name of your next project that's coming out. Is it Viking Wolf or is it Blood?
Viking Wolf. Yeah,
Viking Wolf. Yeah. How's that coming?
Great. Renzo finished up all his pages last week. Matt Dalton has 3 pages left, and he told me he's going to finish them up this weekend. Andrew Dahlhaus is on board as the colorist.
Nice.
We're going to launch in 2021. It's going to be 40 pages, and yeah, I'm excited. Renzo and Matt are back for issue 2. Renzo and I are even going to do a book on the side. Renzo's first creator-owned book, so I'm excited about that. Nice. Yeah, man, things are just going good. Before I think Viking Wolf's going to launch March 2021. January 2021, Sea Dog 2 is coming out.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yo, Sea Dog. Hey, I love that book, man. I've got to tell you
Thank
that.
you.
I love that book. You got
I love. There, I have a soft spot for Sea Dog, man. I created that character with my son, so I really love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. How many pages is Viking Wolf?
Viking Wolf's got to be 40 pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like the standard, like since you're like the master of campaigns here, is that kind of like the standard, like you try to keep it around like the 40-page mark? Because I don't think I'll ever be able to reach the 40-page mark personally, but
it's like,
I'm just kind of curious.
Bro. It's like when you make your own book, it's like just keep going, man. Like fucking, ain't nobody charging me. I do what I want, you know.
I like to get it like close to like 48 pages. I like my books to have a spine on them. So if I can get it to the point where it has a spine, I'm happy. I like to see all my books lined up on a bookshelf.
I got you. Yeah. It does look. They do have a nice quality look like that. That's for sure. Well, before we get out of here, Mark, since we were just talking to you, I'm gonna start with you. Go ahead and plug whatever you got. I know we just talked about some stuff, but just plug whatever you want to plug. And thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate everybody sticking through in the chat and coming and joining us live. That's awesome. This has been a really fun show. Sean and I might try to do this more often, maybe like once a month or something, try to revive this and just talk about projects, talk about our projects, talk about your guys' projects. So, why don't you give us everywhere where you can find your art, your projects.
Sure. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Coney Waves. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Primetime Polton. U.S. Assassin, still in demand on Indiegogo. We're fulfilling now, so you back the book. I'm packaging it up, sending it out. Nice. I want to thank everyone for all the support, not just on U.S. Assassin, but all my books. This has been an awesome year for me. Graveyard Shift, Sea Dog. There's more to come. Thank you.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Killing it, man. Definitely an inspiration for all of us. Raymond, where can we find all your stuff?
Oh, you can hit me up at Diverse Comics. You also can look me up on Instagram at Raymond Leonard. Hit me up on Facebook. I think I got a lot of friends, but I can see I can squeeze you in at Raymond Leonard. 2021, I got a lot of stuff coming out. I got Violent Bird coming out. Agent Solo issue 3 be hitting in 2021. A lot of other good stuff, other good news and stuff. I just want to thank everyone for supporting me, man, and showing me the love, man. I mean, I couldn't be doing this without y'all, man. I think I still be working in retail hell somewhere, or running from the police. But you know, comics is fun, man. It really is, man. It's a fun industry where you make it fun for yourself. If you got something and you got it deep in your heart, you know it needs to be created. Don't sit on your creation. Don't feel like it's not good enough to be seen. Just get to it, man. Put it out there, man. If you fail, guess what? You get right back and do it again. Because I failed. It ain't just happened overnight for me. And I just want every creator who feel like they need to be seen, man. Just get it out there, man. Don't wait for a publisher. Don't wait for anyone. Just put it out there, man. And I want to thank everyone for supporting Agent Solo. You guys are the best.
Amen.
Marco, where can we find you?
You can go to Facebook and search Marco Lopez. Then you can on Twitter, even though I hate Twitter for passion, you can go find me under. You can find me under Atomic Rex ENT. So it's Atomic Rex ENT, which is short for entertainment. You can find me there. Go to the Facebook and search for 90s Comic Strike Pack and join us, where we talk about a beautiful era known as the 90s.
Dude, I love that site.
Which is
I didn't know that was you, man. Oh my God.
him.
Yeah.
Him and Dave Rose.
Man. I thought I'd never seen nothing like that, man. I thought I was the only one. Like, man, nobody would like 90s comics until I say something. Somebody want to give me lip, and I'm arguing on the internet. F you, man.
Yeah, man.
I love that, bro.
A maligned, thank you, man. A maligned and beautiful era. Like I said before, I'm launching the Kickstarter for Blanco December 28th. I also will be dropping, I think, spring of next year. I'm also going to be doing a webcomic. So
nice.
And it's going to be hosted on it's going to be hosted on a known comic book site.
Very well.
And it's a horror thing. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be coming like spring of next year.
Yeah.
And Marco will be on the show January 8th, the first guest of the new year to kick off, so we can promote his book more and everything else.
Super excited.
Okay. Great year coming up. Great year. I'm looking forward.
Sean, where can we find all of it?
You can look me up, but nobody follows me. So you can find me at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that.
You got Jodeci following you, bro. What you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Life is good. Ooh, yeah. So just search Sean Aaron, and you might find some pretty rotten shit, but you'll find something.
And if you see a track lady on Sean's wall, that's Sean.
And Joe, where can we find you?
Just search Joe M. Sante. You can find me on all of the social media sites: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Although my channel on YouTube now is the Yacht and Stuff channel, until we can get enough following there where we can just abandon all of our channels and just go to the actual Yacht and Stuff page or the channel itself. So long story, I'm not going to get into it. Yeah. I'm also on Parler. You can check that out. I'm trying to figure out that site a little bit. Post a lot of art and stuff, but I just started a Parler account, so check me out there. That's it. Type me in. You're gonna find me. If you see me on Pornhub, it is me. If you want to watch it, it's up to you.
Hey, man, sorry, everybody get paid.
Yeah. Look, but before we close, I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving. It sounds cliche to say what you're thankful for. It's been a tough year for myself and my family. It's been tough for everybody. From my mother going through new rounds of chemo in the beginning of the year to losing my father in June, and these gentlemen right here were are very important to me, and they help me out, and I'm just thankful to have you guys as my brothers. And I love you all so much, and very grateful for you all. Thank you.
I love you too, brother.
Love you, Sean.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's what it's all
Love you,
about,
man.
bro. Just keeping people, keeping people together, man. Because we're all we got, bro.
Yeah. So thank you.
Community is strong. Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Mark, Raymond, Marco, thank you for coming on to the Fluffer and Stuff show that we haven't done in a while, but it's very, very fun to do.
Yeah, it was fun.
And everybody, thanks for joining us in the chat. Silver Ogre, Rick, LA, let's say Jasper Plane 9, or is it Plane 9? Yeah, Plan 9. Chauncey, all you guys, thank you so much for joining us, being part of the show. Real quick, RG Bronco Bob, how did you fit that lampshade in there? Just
He's talking about your porn career.
oh, okay. Thank you. All right. Oh.
The Reaper.
I go under a lot of different names, just so you know.
But mostly Joey if you're nasty.
Yeah. Good times. But thanks, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Eat lots of food. Watch lots of football. And as always, picture me naked when you fall asleep tonight. So I'll talk to you all later. Peace, everybody.